Oi, oi. Welcome back to Flat Earth British. Oi, oi, oi. Martin speaking. A wiggly flat Earth British thumbs for another groovy sesh. Oh, you lot. You're all biting at the chomp, wondering what this is all about. There's been a lot of suggestions in chat, but none of you are even close. So it's going to be good and surprising for all of us. And some extra brine splats for us to get on with. So how are you all feeling? Enjoying the apocalypse? The unveiling? Wow. Lost for words, guys. And that's not really often that happens. Woo. So anyway, all is epic, and we're going to make it epic. We're going to have sit back and relax and get whatever you need for your funky night out on Flat Earth British. Some of my friends in the house is Melich and Cheryl and Hippie and Jay and Joy, who has an interesting new colour. Joy 17 was like blue forever, unless that's a mandala effect, because things change quickly in this place. You got to be on your game to keep up with it. There's Hippie Shake. There's Monica. Okay, let's have a little think. Let's have a little talk. I'm going to be showing about 1,000 high quality, juicy images along the way in the next few hours. Martin speaking. Indeed, I am. It's what I do. Oh, God. See, the thing is, I've been watching a few of these new YouTubers. They get all like shit tons of subs walking around looking at poor people and stuff. And that's not sustainable. They're already complaining. The thing is that I thought it was something tickling my foot. I'm a veteran YouTuber, and basically, you got to be a certain sort of person to keep up with the old YouTube. I tell you that for nothing. And it's amusing to me watching a lot of them fail along the way. But what it is you got to be on the right track and do things for the right reason. That's what I think. Today, I am Marticus Scrotus Maximus. Okay. My sister is Uncontinuous Buttocks. Anyway, my volume seems absolutely epic. Yes, the mysteries of life. It's a mystery. Oh, it's a mystery. Oh, it's a mystery. There's about 80% of the world at the moment is in victim mentality, aren't they? It's like, call it ambulance for the. The rest of us who have been here a while, we just get on with it. I couldn't give a fuck. I'm passing through. You can all get on with it. Listen, the world that they can inherit is a load of future TikTokers. There's another thing that is not sustainable. TikTok. Do you want me to show you what exemplifies the world at the moment? That boxing match. Yeah. No, I watched that. I watched it earlier on with my son Lawrence, Jake and Mike. Feel like quite bad, for Mike, having to, just throw away all of those years of being an epic person. But he's got to do whatever they fucking tell him to do. He's lucky he's not doing underarm deodorant adverts or selling bus tickets. Because that's what they do to normal. If you're Harvey Keitel, you'll be selling insurance. They make you do it. So, yeah, Jake fucking Paul. Logan Paul's bro. See, I'm not getting it, guys. Me and my son Lawrence had a discussion. We both definitely think we could do him. I don't understand what he's doing in the ring. Oh my God, what is everyone missing? That's about 10 million people in Britain, if they were watching me going, yeah, Matt, fuck yeah, I know. But it's all bread and circuses, you see. You give it the attention into the system, because that's what I want to talk about a little bit before I get underway, is feeding the system energy. Now, let's have a little think here, because something dawned on me yesterday. Just dawned on me. I thought, oh, yeah. Oh, right. So where does that leave us? And this is what it is. What dawned on me is that I don't think we're needed anymore. Not all of us. I think we've become obsolete. How do I know? COVID lockdowns. Everybody in the world got paid to stay home. And they run the whole world on a skeleton crew with computers. None of the food ran out, Amazon deliveries, although the drugs were flooded onto the street. Everything carried on. In fact, they fixed a load of shit. They fitted in a new electronic system. They repaired a lot of roads. In my street, they replaced all of the roofs during the lockdowns. So very curious. Scratching my head with all of that. But they managed to get a lot of work done, the skeleton crew, while everybody stayed at home. So that just goes to show that if you're not really a worker, you're not going to really be really needed in the system. So where is the future going? Well, I'm guessing everyone's just going to be an influencer wiggling their ass for the fucking camera or something. I don't know. And that seems to be unsustainable as well, doesn't it? Because, you know, it's only like people with learning difficulties that are going to be looking at that anyway, which is people looking at TikTok. So, you know, considering who runs TikTok, not me. Yeah. Exemplary human rights record, I must say, whatever. But so why would they do that if we're really subject to requirements these days, and we don't really need to be, you know, in the workplace, because you can do your work at home, 15-minute cities. You don't really need to go far anymore. And let's be honest, they made it so undesirable to go anywhere unless you want to look at homeless people, organized begging gangs, and all of the criminal gangs that are all running around on the e-bikes in Britain at the moment with their little man bags full of crack cocaine that are running the show. So there's that to contend with. So the whole world was run on a skeleton crew. Now, the food never ever run out, which I find curious. Now, the food is really weird lately. They said around that time, oh, the food's going to be tasting different. It's because you've all been infected and the food will be tasting a bit different. Do you remember that? Well, I was like, Heinz beans taste like shit. What happened? And other things that have always old trusted British flavors tasted different. So it's like, what have they done with everything now? Yesterday, I don't know whether you're aware in other countries, but they're trying to get rid of farming in Britain by making it impossible. So impossible to live in and buy an actual house. Impossible to actually do anything in this place. Impossible to... Well, I don't really want to go out with them anyway. It's just like, I don't even know how to address them anymore. Honestly, I had to... Let's just say certain sections of society blocking the aisle today in the supermarket. I didn't know whether I was supposed to say excuse me to them or what, because they seemed so foreign to my frame of reference that I didn't even know what to do. Laugh, cry, surrender. What the fuck was I supposed to do? What? They're everywhere. They're everywhere. So something's gone on in the last 4 years. So what about us? What about us? Well, there's stuff we can do, isn't there? We can knit. And maybe they're just giving us all an early retirement. Anyone over 50, chill the fuck out until you die. Well, see me? See me? I'm going to hang around till I'm fucking mega old just to spite them. No, I will. I will. I will hang around for lifetime after lifetime just to spite them because they don't want me to. I will. I'm that stubborn. I suggest you all do the same as well. Just hang around, even if the world is full of TikTokers and things and all really strangeness, all of that. We're just passing through. Don't even worry if the world's mega strange and you can't look at any of it. Yeah, buy blinkers. Horses manage. So yeah, no food. Getting rid of farming. Getting rid of farming. Our fresh vegetables. Can't grow your own because the seeds are all Monsanto and poo. So you can't grow your own like first generation potatoes or anything. So they won't have that. They get rid of the farmers. They're making it impossible for them to farm in Britain. They're all out in hands. Yeah, in Britain. Yeah. I hope they do like what they did in Belgium and spray the police with cow shit. That was hilarious. I laughed for weeks about that little video. But yeah, the world's falling to pieces in a handbag. They don't really need us anymore because they can do anything without us because he just showed you that 4 years ago. Some are like, oh, funky hell. So what do we all do then? YouTube. Well, YouTube's nearly impossible to even look at. Have you noticed all of the squillions of adverts? And they're all weird adverts. They are really weird adverts. It all started to get really weird about January when AI started to integrate. And I thought, oh, God, this is weird. Reading on Brian, everything's strange. And then all of these images, now 50% of YouTube is these AI generated creepy voices. It's twisted. There's all mangled stuff in the background. Yeah, I don't know what AI's up to, but I can't, if I look at it, yeah, it's like watching like the worst fucking Evil Dead movie that they've ever made. It's horrible stuff, guys. What is it? It's fucking nuts. Nuts with a Z. Hmm? So there's that to contend with. So I'm guessing a lot of you noticed that little thing happening from, I think it was January. I noticed it for sure. It's been happening for years anyway. But let's be honest, it's all a technology. I think this is all a technology anyway. Some sort of advanced futuristic technology. It looks pretty real though. Give it that. Not really. It did before. Look proper real before. It doesn't look real nowadays. But colors have changed. Hues have changed. I willed a rainbow today and I made it disappear and I willed it back again. I was like, well, that's interesting. Maybe it just coincidentally did that at the same time as me thinking I was willing it. My son did that once. We sat in a pub once and we just decided to out the street lights for fun. And my son just like, he's brilliant at this. And he literally turned the lamps off. I was like, wicked. Outside the pub window. So I switch it back on again. Boom, come back on. Switch it off. Switch it off. Switch it back on. Switch it back on. On and off, on and off, on and off, on and off. So there's no mistaking that there was an electrical fault because as soon as we walked away, the lamp was absolutely fine. So my son and I had, or both of us together, had the ability to interrupt the electrical flow to that light over will and just looking at it. So that is our awareness. That is our energy. That is us. Okay, that is what the hardware is, and software, simulation all around you. That is collapsible by your will or your intent or where you set your focus. So most people are like soaking their focus into this agenda, that agenda, all bullshit on toast. Worst of it is, it's like massive cultural Marxism happening with TikTok, getting there. And everyone, it's like more than a cult now, isn't it? It's moved beyond that. It's into like the whole world. Like it's like a good percentage of it is all switching that way to this really strange. Watch the bit of Hunger Games where like the host has got all this weird makeup and looks literally revolting rather than beautiful. And that's the style of the Hunger Games. That it's exactly like the Hunger Games, isn't it? We want gold statues in my house. Well, Ray Mudflood, love you, Ray Mudflood. Well, I'm literally today from a Buddhist temple. Okay, Lord Buddha is behind me. Om Wangi Tangi Yangi, Om Wangi Tangi Yangi. Yeah, it's bringing all good vibes. Can you feel the good vibes coming out? Yeah, pushing good vibes out. Don't do that. I was grumpy and I want to keep them. Oh, no. No. Bad vibes are forbidden. Actum verboten. Bad vibes. I know it's a bit controlling. I want to be happy. Okay. I want my gang to be happy. I want us to all have a good time. Okay. Think of it as like a really intelligent quality nightclub, where you can hang out, do what you want to do, drink your coffee and all that with your fam. And I do the entertainment. How about that? Truth-tainment. I know. Look. Because it says on a cup. It's true. Right, 330th. When 3 more people turn up, and it's 333. Then I will get stuck into some juice. Let's give a few of you shouts while a few of you pile in, because it is Flaterday after all. So it's been a busy week. As you've seen, I had a hang out with Campbell. That was fantastic. And loads of everything lately has been really, really good on this medium of truthiness. I'm really loving it. Sounds like Callahan's. Oh my God. I watched a documentary about that girl who's supposed to have murdered her parents. There's my son. Remember that lamppost thing you were out in? Welsh Dragon Metals. That's my son. Link shared, Marty. Thank you, Manage. Very kind of you on your channels. All 37 of them. Like John Wick. Got more channels than John Wick's got films. Brian Dittmer. I think I got that right. I know. Cinema, innit? Nod, nod, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. It doesn't even matter anymore. I'm loving I'm just realised now that the apocalypse is fantastic. The whole shit show's falling to pieces, guys. Yeah, you want to see what's happening with the church in Britain? Fucking hell, like we never knew anyway. But now, oh, they're all being talking about throwing Christians on the fire. Fuck me. Somebody's doing that. I'd be suspicious if there's someone in the background that's got a good heart and is cleaning this place up. But whoever's put everything on the streets and, you know, everything fucked deliberately to keep everyone at home, to make it maximum undesirable. And if you do go out, they're just going to rob you anyway. So, you know, there's that in the stores, I mean. So, but you don't get skanked if you order on Prime. That's what they want everyone doing, isn't it? And using your card. Okay, I suggest you get cash out and use cash, because cash is definitely king, guys. Okay, you aren't going to fuck around at the till and they're saying, "Oh, it hasn't approved." You got to wait around embarrassingly, like, "Yeah, I'm thinking money," and then you got all that. But you've got none of that with cash. They got to give you change, and there's no fucking around. It's brilliant. Yeah. I know I'm not liking this new word, but it's nothing to do with me anyway. Okay. Nina. 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 You come and go. Jeffrey. He was a shock for the system of the guys from World War II that came out still in their D-mob suits in the 1980s. And then this boy George. That was a massive shock to society, was Boy George, let me tell you. Fucking hell. So what the fuck is it? Martin used to cook on the Titanic, go in the engine room asking for oil. I was in the engine room. I've saved maximum fire each and saved people's lives, as well as nearly killing everyone a few times. But I've saved the people more times than I nearly killed them. But it's a balance. It's a balance. Okay, I need to save a few more people. That's what I need to do. Time for the revolution. Yay, the revolution. Let's kick out the old boss and get the new boss back in, and he'd be just like the old boss. It's too corrupt for words. The adverts, my adverts, I can't even look at them, honest to God. It's all gone insanely corporate, like anyone wants a fucking Gucci handbag in this day and age anyway. Okay, no. And do you know all that aftershave and all of that perfume, Chanel and all of that? You know what that is, don't you? Yeah. Well, you know, you get that liquid, yeah, on the bottom of the bin, yeah, rubbish juice. It's rubbish juice. They're collecting rubbish juice, but rich people are really fucking dense, so they don't know, yeah? Eau de fucking sewer, they don't even know, yeah? Liquidized poo, they don't even know. Call it Chanel. Call it opium. Fancy calling a fucking perfume after something that addicted half the world. This gives people really bad just the whole thing. I noticed Dave Beckham. He was a footballer, wasn't he? An athlete. What's he do for a living now? Selling fucking alcohol. Alcohol. An athlete. Should be ashamed of himself. Hope you're watching this, David. We're very ashamed of you. But he never shit himself in the World Cup final. Not like Gary Lineker shit himself. Did you know? Oh, yeah. Rachel McCaskill, I like that name. I like that name, McCaskill. I knew a McCaskill. It was off the television. My crazy train uncle said that online shopping years ago. Yeah, it's. Listen, I'm lucky. I got the Vale of Glamorgan like 10 minutes away. You know, I can go and just energize off the trees and stuff. Squirrels, birds, mammals and stuff. Yeah, hedgehogs. But no, not many people, which is awesome. Yeah, so I don't have to get far to get away from all of that strangeness, let me tell you. So what's epinephrine doing? You paying attention? No, I'm chilling out, Matt. Yeah, I know. Stu? Good to see you, man. You nearly died on a canal boat. Oh, if you overturn a canal boat, in fact. See, I was years at sea, and I can't really swim, but I had no plans in falling in anyway, so it doesn't really matter, does it? So, Martin, we've got somebody from Brazil here, guys. Brazil. I don't know why I think Brazil. My father's favorite place in the world was Santos. I think he had a woman there in Brazil. They're beautiful, aren't they? So, probably. Martin, how to make her fall in love with me, even though there's an ocean and years silence between us. I'm not sure I know you. Maybe you're on about another person. What's that about David Bowie? Seen David Bowie. Oh, I told you that, didn't I? Epinephrine. Same here, Rachel. Don't worry. So what's Dan doing? Hi, Dan. What's happening, mate? San Pauli? Yeah, San Pauli. I did actually, when I was in Form 4 in high school, my geography thesis was on the population problems of the favelas of San Pauli. And it was like about a 40-page essay on the population problems. And I had 78%, which was really great because it was the only exam I did. So I passed everything by doing that one thing. I think they thought it was a bit advanced. I'm losing my marble, yeah. Don't worry. You'll be okay in the end, I'm sure. Happy endings. It's like a Disney film. JT, this is a brilliant movie. But one thing I can assure you, right, is history always repeats itself. And all of this shit's happened before. I just know it when I'm doing it, know when I'm saying it. Male Mung. I don't know what that means. James, good to see you. They're putting narcotics in perfumes now. I think now. There's for alcohol in it. We used to drink Brut. That's what we had in my youth. Yeah, the women used to love a bit of Brut. And then you had Allspice, didn't you? Henry Cooper, splash it all over. Like real men, in it. Yeah, like the Marlboro advert. Yeah. Rare as rocking or shit now, I'm afraid, guys. But fucking hell, carry on. Fucking hell. I think it's all awesome. I love Armageddon. Mel, good to see you. Happy Flaterday. I never Mel and all my friends and subscribers. Let's get into some. You're probably wondering what all this is about, aren't you? 400 of you. Well, there's a lot in this. There's going to be a lot in this, guys. There's going to be a lot of beautiful things. But let's start with. Oh, there's Bob Sykes. High karate. That's what we need. Yeah. I had a download. Yeah, like in the Matrix. I don't know. I can do jujitsu. In my mind, in my brain. You're breaking through. Good, Officer Donut. You break through. Don't follow through, but do break through. Joe Van Musk smells. Lord Tangy. He's God of the world. Him and Trumpsky, they're going to rule. There'll just be the two of them. You make him dress in a tutu. Yes, I can see it. I can see into the future now. The two of them world leaders. And they'll have that North Korean guy as a gimp. I can see it now. Oh, yes, it's going that way, guys. That's clearly the future. Just been looking. Yes, you can see that vision too, can't you? Brute, yes, Brute. Don't put it on your willy, though, Ivan. I can tell you now, that is not a good thing to do. It's get you, I'm going to make it all smell all nice, but it doesn't work, I'm afraid. You need hospital after all that. Oh, okay. Enigma esoteric occulta. Okay, let's get into the juice. So what I'm thinking is this. Okay, is this. Marticus Scrotus Maximus is thinking about the mystery of water jets. Oh, immortal. Oh, thank you very much. I'm going to make you have a really good night for that. Bring the juice, says Lisa and Jet. She's weird as it can get, as you will see later on. So, let's just home myself. Okay, I'm homed. Tonight on Flat Earth British, we are going to be looking into lots of stuff. I'm going to be suggesting a suggestion which makes more sense than anything else that I've actually come across. This is a great Flat Earth British Sandy from a blue, like French, blue sky. So I think French, bleu. With the a possible answer, which I think is a definite, which is going to solve a lot of mystery concerning impossible art, like Michael Angelo's, David, excuse me, or some of the Bernini artworks like Teresa or the Ovidian sculptures, which are paper thin marble. Now, consider, we talked about this before, that these artists, and there's many of them at this period, carved these out of a single block of marble. I've worked in stonemasonry. This is a really tricky substance to work with, and there's no room for error. Yeah, some of these are exquisite art. the smoothness and the texture and veins in the right places. You see the veins in my fingers, in my hand, veins in the right places on the statues. It's more than a study of anatomy, excuse me. It's more, you know, I've suggested in the past that there was living bodies inside of them. And in some cases that is true, guys. Okay. Because I have x-rays of inside statues, which shows there was dead people. But this is going to help with thoughts of some of the architecture, some of the interior architecture of Phoenician buildings, interiors and exteriors of great expositions. Some of the Roman marble works. I don't know if you know, down with some of the Roman marble works, but they're off the radar for apparently what they say 2,000 years ago. How are they doing it? So they haven't got steel. Okay, so they're using iron or copper to bang away. Because they haven't got power tools, have they? Okay. Well, let's have a think. I'm going to share screen. Make sure to share this out if you would, but, you know, doesn't matter. Just relax, enjoy yourselves, guys, okay? And let's feel all fluffy in my bellies. Okay, this is, excuse me. This is what I'm talking about. Impossible art. Now, I found it almost impossible to go through my art collection without finding jugs. Okay. Also my paintings or my favorite paintings, I found it like, unless you stick with like Renoir or something, there's jugs on nearly every, you know, Renaissance picture, or at least one booby hanging out. So I can't do that anymore because the AI's gone completely nuts. If it was like dudes bits and stuff, I guess in AI would love it and it'd be like, all's good. Yeah, that is definitely the case. So I went through loads and loads to find images without any lady bits on there because AI's like on me like a sack of shit. But the hands. So we're like, oh my god, it's just uncanny how you got the muscles in the right place, the veins in the right place. You know, the model, if they add them from models, okay, they would need to stay completely still to be able to catch this, or off a photograph, or off another artwork, but be able to catch that in a moment, because that's a moment, because the muscles would change as soon as you flex one finger. Oh, excuse me, hope I made you jump. And marble works of the 18th century as well, you know, where they get in these unbelievable, you know, this is marble. So how, you know, they got little tiny Dremels. Okay, how they get the thinness? How do they get up there behind the lace? This is impossible art. Now, to give them the benefit of the doubt, there are some artists, contemporary artists out there now that are doing really beautiful artworks, but not to this quality that you see here. Oh, but that's not a boob. Might be. Not to this quality you see here. Okay. Like the sheen and the wet and on flowing clothes, for example, and anatomy. Right, that's a good example. So it's flawless art, and if you can imagine, you know, somebody there with a copper chisel or at least a steel chisel, chiseling away day after day on the rock hard substance, and you know, there's some statues that are made of granite as well, guys. You know, in other cultures of amazing statues that we'll look at some later in India. Same what I'm going to propose could be said for them. Okay. So yeah, it's flawless art. So people are suggesting lasers. Oh, that's Cheryl suggesting lasers. Okay, maybe, you know, God should have had lasers and mini skirts day one. Okay, for things to go well, but it never did. Got to be careful with these pictures. Now, honestly, when I had that copyright the other week, it was for a lady with a dress on, but it was close fitting. They sent me the image. I was like, my God, it wasn't all the others, and you pulled me on that one. So just insane. Never mind free speech. Jesus Christ. It's just like in that bit in V for Vendetta when he can't have books. You know, 1984, they're going to say he's a criminal act. No, to even, you know, if I was to go out and pass pages of 1984 out in the streets, apparently it's going to upset him. Oh, right. So, yeah. So, laser, okay, 3D printing, Eva's channel said, okay, 3D printing. Okay, well, to what extent do you think that this is an actual statue that looks like a photograph? But it's not. It's in the Vatican. It's a statue. And it has dirt in the nails as well, you know, sort of chiseling. It's just, you know, it's just, ooh, AI never saw that. Fucking hell. See what I mean? How tricky it is? Obviously, they're not made of marble, but it's really trippy picture of the Gorgon. Okay, we're moving on. So, dig that these are impossible sculptures, okay? Things like this. This is my thumbnail. I literally had to make a decision. The would AI actually pull me on a lady asleep, yeah, and say, oh no, it's a cum face or something like that? Because you can't be too careful, can you, with crazy computer generated reality? But yes, so somebody did this with a chisel. Some of these are from, guys, the 16th century, 1500s, even earlier. Some of these artworks. Look at this. It's more than just a study of form. It is just the best, exquisite art. The paintings, anything like that they were doing in the old world, they are not doing now. They've lost all knowledge. Interesting little code. Hiya, India Wilson. Code with hand signals and all of that. Something I'm going to touch about on another time, but really interesting why they do the hand codes and, you know, the two fingers up, or the live long and prosper, or the devil horns, and all of these different hand things all create a different effect. And I'll talk about that in another time. The science behind that. It's obviously torus field mechanics. So yeah, this is made of like a beautiful obsidian, something along those lines, but what looks like mother of pearl, isn't it, or opal. So I would say that is chiseled out of one chunk of opal. Okay, so they must have had look at that, that's beautiful, isn't it? Yeah. Nowadays, they don't know how to do civilization. They completely forgot how to do anything in civilization. Okay, so chiseled out. Okay, so he managed to get the chisel down there and make a string of stone and get behind there without snapping it, behind petals, under petals, with a chisel without snapping them off, and hands getting it all flat, and a year all flat without power tools, with a iron or copper chisel. It's impossible that. So what we're saying, you know, especially with some of the, you know, the veiled ladies with the unbelievable, some of these, I got a collection of them, mind blowing. You wonder what they're up to with doing the veil thing. But the lace is made marble. Just get that. You just try to get your head around it, that it's marble. If you worked with marble, do you know how hard this substance is? And there's zero room for error. I mean, one chip off, the whole block got to go. You got to start again. This could take you 1,000 years to do and complete. It's just ridiculous. You see? How? Just sublime. Does something to the consciousness as well, you know. They literally put blemishes on them as well. It's just like, that's what I was thinking. Oh my God, they're real life. They're real people, and they've just done like Carry On Screaming. You know, they froze them, and they literally put some cling film over their face and shrink wrap them. Some technology. I mean, it could well point towards that. Oh, I don't know what this fella's doing. Yeah, he's not a statue, but he's in a museum, and somebody's seen that. Wow. Excuse me, they're not supposed to be there. Anyway, Statue of Liberty, do you recognize it? They send you, they literally post a photograph of the woman. They're saying it's an Italian woman. And this is the one that, you know, did the pose for the Statue of Liberty. It's like, well, in France. No, your story's weak ass. It makes no sense. Anything you say makes no sense. That's quite haunting, isn't it? God, you think that's haunting? I was going to present the paintings of Franz von Stuck. He's around 1909. I've got a couple of them. God, they're haunting. This guy has put some sort of weird coding in his artworks that chills you to the core. So that's why I wasn't really going to present them, because it's highly spooky. And I think that's what's going on with TikTok. It's like the devil has hypnotized them all through these mediums of social media. I find myself doing it as well. You know, I'm guilty of it, but I have been doing it for 10 years. You know, it's more than an addiction. It's my lifestyle. It's what I do, and I love to do it. But I'll document anything. Me cooking my dinner. Yeah. Me walking down the store. Me off to the boat. Me off down the woods. I'll just like literally vlog any of my life. And but I don't do like a nurse dance or anything like that. Daft dance. You know, they all got that weird dance. They all does the same. It's fucking stupid, isn't it? My God, is it stupid? They got no. It's like the whole world's got like forgot how to run a civilization and forgot rhythm. They forgot rhythm. Waving your arms back and fucking fall. It's not. You got to feel the music, baby. Yeah, you got to get down and groovy with the vibes. And they're just not doing that now. Concerts. Oh, there's energy soaking nothing these days, isn't it? Jesus. See, Theseus here, he cut off the head of Aaron Elvis Presley. I wonder why the Gorgon looks so much like Elvis Presley. Oh, really guess me. Doesn't even look like a chick. It looks like Elvis Presley. That's it. What about God's headdresses as well? They literally work in wings, but they're not bird wings connected to his Brian. They're on his helmet. He's got a gadge that can make him fly. Why haven't we got that now? I want a hat that make me fly. Please. Yeah. I'm next. We got Christmas coming now. I'm literally scared to go forwards on my own images in case I actually stumble upon a bare stone breast or something. Yeah. And AI's like, what the fuck? Yeah. And having a little meltdown over in the computer corner or whatever it does. I can't understand these people, the way they think. So, yeah, it's very confusing. Yes, because we're human, you see. Yeah. Oh, look at this, jumped out of a seashell. Coming to see ya. I think that looks like it's Portugal with them tiles. But they do then put them Portuguese type tiles in Arab countries as well. Beautiful, decorative tiles. Very attractive. Love them. Yeah, so the hand. Are they pulling it off? How are they pulling that off? It's bugged me. Things like this. If you take a little bit of time to study these images, you can see that it would be impossible to actually achieve in the antique world. You know, some of the, these ones are from the 18th century and earlier. And look, that is made of marble and it's like material. Yeah, I know. It just makes no sense, does it? So what's their excuses? Well, they were really good quality craftsmanship. Oh, God. Oh, all right then. Whatever. Curly bearded dude. So yeah, the Greeks and all the other classical world had these, oh my God, just absolutely flawless artworks. How so smooth, how so perfect. And this, Moses got horns, by the way, and he's got his tablets, his Apple iPads, and he's got this muscle here up in his arm, and you have to be bending your hand down like that for that muscle to appear. So the artist Michael Angelo got that much right. So either Moses was actually posing for the or he had a photograph. Yeah. So Roman statue there, the Empress Sabina, wife of Hadrian. It's a marble from what they say is 117 AD. So they were doing quality to that extent, what they're saying in the classical world, not only in the medieval period, guys, and the Renaissance period. It's just mind-blowing. So I think this is definite. Water jet art. In China, they're doing interior Phoenician type designs for interior and exterior wall decoration. Okay, they're using high-powered jets of water. Hang on a minute. The Phoenicians, the masters of water, yeah. Didn't they nail water and jets with things like the fountains of Versailles and Fontainebleau? Oh, yeah, they can put your hand over and would rip it off. Oh, wow. So they did definitely have high-powered jets. Well, yeah, I've established that. Oh, so they could have pulled this off in the antique world to that extent. Yes, they could have. Water jet technology. And they're doing replicas of Renaissance artworks in the modern day in China for order using high-powered jets. Okay. And as you can see, they're quite detailed, some of them. Okay. 60 minutes. These marble masterpieces were not chiseled by hand, but by a computer, like 3D printed. Okay. So 3D printed information put into the computer, and the computer jets it, does out that detail. So this could be the same, guys, for the mystery of the artworks. What they said was like, you can't, they were 3 microns thin. And the artworks were 20 microns thin, excuse me, of the Renaissance periods, like Mona Lisa, etc. And the skill and used to do them, what they're saying, they were using the paints of the day. It's just impossible. They can't do that in a modern day, and they can't do the artworks. All of this and the lead van der Haar in etchings and engravings of impossible bird's eye views can all be explained by something like this technology. Okay, so China white marble jet interior art crafts website right there, made to order. So I'm wondering if they're going to do it for the next expositions, because they're going to have to build some Phoenician stuff, aren't they? Well, Colorado got a water jet company, and guess what they're doing? Artistic and sculpture projects. Any 2D design, nearly any material, thickness capabilities from thin films up to 6 inches of steel and 8 inches of aluminium. Obviously, these are a bit rudimentary, but they do go into sort of artworky detail, like to that extent. So when I seen this one, I thought, oh, wow, that's just like what they have on the front of the temples in India. I wonder if that's what they were doing, if it's only limestone and sandstone in a lot of these cases, with the Venice pyramid and, places like that. Look at the skill and look at this. They had this technology back then, guys, because nothing new is under the sun. And I'll show you, they had it with Versailles. They had high-powered jet with the Roman world, because they were pumping water up to all of the antique world from fountains, which were all over Christendom. 6 inches of steel, free soul hippie. So robots chiseled out the future of sculpture as some artists embrace change. Well, this is what it's all about, isn't it? Don't want to end up like globebusters. What are they called? Blockbusters, not globebusters. They're still around. Companies that are not willing to change, and things that are not willing to change when everything's changing, get left behind. Like Blockbusters videos, because they could have been one of the biggest companies in the world, but they couldn't see what the future was doing. And I see that the future of this social media thing is where they're going, but TikTok is not sustainable. The little spoiled brats on there, they'll just have a short burst. A lot of them are going to end up badly mentally fucking ill, and the money, they can't give money to children like that. They're too fucking spoiled. They just kill themselves or harm other people along their way. So that's not sustainable. That's going to go. I really do think it'll go to another foot. It'll just not happen like the way that they think it is, because that is not sustainable. Okay, so they reckon they can copy the art of Bernini, one of my favorite all-time artists. Yeah, or Michael Angelo's artworks through water jets. And this guy's explaining they're using it in cathedrals. It's mind-blowing. 200,000 pounds of flawless Carrara stone was carved using this. See, it's really expensive as well. Even in the antique world, I guess into quarry and get this stone there was proper expensive. So there you are. Look at that, guys. Nothing new under the sun. So I think that is a definite possibility, guys, that they were doing that. Jet chiseling. I have proposed in the past, though, they were doing deaggregation using sun rays and mirrors, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, intensifying the beam, which could break down stone, but you could not get detail doing that. Water jets, detail. You can get it right down, guys. Was an incredible thing, and it could be shaped by sound, it can be heated, it could be frozen by sound. And the Phoenicians are the masters of water, so why wouldn't they use water to carve their statues? There's another thing that's in water, space rocket. There's another thing that's going to have to stop already. I think that won't last. I think people are just it's getting on their nerves now, you know. They're worried about, like, people are worried about the future, all them lot out there, because they're not realizing that they're just passing through and it's nothing to do with you. You do you, boo. Fucking hell. Not my brother's keeper. Let them fucking burn themselves if they're going to. Fucking hell. And if they are going to be traitors to humanity, yeah, I'm sure they're going to, you know, pay the price later on, guys. Okay? I'm all out of anger. I haven't got any in me anymore. Tried to muster some anger and I can't do it. I'm not angry anymore. It's not like I've had it all kicked out of me, guys. It's just I can't be bothered. What was I even angry for in the first place? And it's all bad energy. And every time I'm angry, I make myself ill. Every time I get my hair off or get nicky with something, I get ill. My stomach goes to shit. I get a bad fucking migraine. And then I got to lay down for days just because I got my hair off. No shit. So I can't do that. Black goo's incredible. Have you seen that stuff? So yeah, it's incredible, isn't it? It works with magnetics and sound as well. So this here, you can see this disc is going around levitating, and there's dry ice involved. And I think this is how the sun and the moon move over our plane, just like this, using magnetic propulsion and attraction. Yeah, the scale on these places. Look at the decoration under here. And this is Belbeck. Apparently built by giants. We're going to have a look at some incredible stuff later. I found some photographs of the House of Taga, which is in the Pacific on the Marianas Islands archipelago in Tinian Island. You may know Tinian Island, where they picked up apparently the little boy before they dropped it on Hiroshima. And that's Tinian Island, yeah, where the USS Missouri ended up getting left and then got bombed by the Japanese, and then they all got eaten by sharks. Not all of them, because one of them survived to say we need a bigger boat in the Jaws movie, played by Robert Shaw, because he was on the USS Missouri when they were all getting eaten by sharks. That'd suck, wouldn't it? Oh, God, space faking is the most boringest fucking thing in the world. Some of these, you put your finger over that. You can't put your mouth over some of these things. These blow your fucking head off. But they got high power fountains going 100 foot in the air in the antique world, guys. This is a weird dystopic picture that I picked up around 2012. Some contemporary British artist, and he was had a vision of the future of these large encampments on docks with tents and everybody living in them. See all of these? These are people in these. Electric supplies, basically refugee camps. Guy nailed it, because literally 10 years ago, the street wasn't covered in tents. Didn't even ever see one. You know, just nuts. Horrible. And they want to terrorize everyone. They want you to think, well, you're all one paycheck away from that yourself, you know. So you better start sucking up better. It's like when you go into a shop, like, and you got loads of money, you want to buy something, and that shopkeeper's really blowing smoke up your ass. Yeah. Oh, you look fantastic in that, may I say, sir? You look incredible in that, sir. That is what you're supposed to do to them. Blow smoke up their proverbial bums. Well, I'm afraid no deal. Can't do. No, can't do. Can't do it. Anyway, I'm too old to care. Yeah, the moon. What a load of fucking... Excuse me if I'm swearing all the time, but, you know, things like the moon landings and, you know, the people that, you know... Do you know where space exists? in between scientists' years. That's where space exists. Space exists in your imagination. Because A, you're never going to go there. Do you want to bet you $1 million? Yeah, I haven't got. And I owe you that you will never go into space film. It's just not going to happen. Ain't gonna happen, I'm sorry to tell you. So, this mammoth's last meal, right, was an acorn, and it got stuck in its throat, and it choked because there was no one there to do the Heinrich maneuver on it. That might not be true. I think it was an instant freezing when this place went to shit in the past. Some of these mammoths in the tundra have still got like organic material in their bellies and in their mouths, just like the bogmen. So yeah, sinister that artist. Some of these people, these artists, and I know that there's one contemporary artist. He seems to know exactly what's going on before time. So yeah, the mystery, of incredible stone art that makes no sense, like this. So these stone loops in an Indian temple, there's no connectors on the loops. It's like one of those strange magic tricks. So I've, there was a big cut in there. They put it onto the other ring, and then they made a bit of stone in between. They say that these are complete rings. So it's not. Something else is going on. But if you was to water jet to that extent, you could do that with a water jet. You could do everything on this building. I've worked on a building. So they used to have jets, sandblasters, on one manor house I was working on. And they were from South Africa, and they came along. Giant machines and just blasting all of the stonework with sandblasting it, and then shoving it back up and reusing the top bit. So what about a big lump of jade? Do you think you'd be able to chisel that with a chisel or steel chisel? No, I'm just not seeing that. Not seeing that happening. It's so weird. Look at all the scales as well. Just man, it's got to be. So he's a happy little chappy, isn't he? So this is what tells us the people way back in antiquity, they were jolly. They weren't grumpy like this, like now. Maybe what they call austerity. Maybe they'll just rinse it out for the last of this generation till they fuck off and die. And then they'll just have another little artificial wealth period like they did back in the 1990s, lull them into false sense of security and to fuck them over later. Like they guess you like what they do with getting people addicted to things and then bumping the price up. These videos are amazing. When we had videos in the beginning, yeah. They used to sell the videos for like 70 quid. Nobody had 70 quid in the 1980s. That's just a fucking drug dealer. So I was just no. But they did that. And it's getting you to like it and then, charging you the earth. I thought they'd do that with the whole of the internet. Just charge everyone. Everyone's so addicted to the internet. Yeah, man. Just nail them like the energy companies. Yeah, nail them to the fucking floor. They'll do anything for the internet. Now they'll sell their souls. Fuck me. Literally, people have a meltdown if they lost their phone. So, oh my God, my numbers are on there, all my connections, man. My dealer. Oh, wow. This is what happens if you take too much pervitin. Now, pervitin, you can't really score it anymore because it's a Nazi World War II amphetamine, but it was fucking amazing. I've been researching it. So there's a story of a Finnish soldier in World War II, and he accidentally ate 30 of his pervitin capsules. One pervitin capsule makes you a super soldier, like the limitless drug, for 2 days. He had 30. Anyway, he went missing. He went off, tripping his ass off for 2 weeks. But he accidentally was coming down a mountain on his skis, and he triggered a landmine, which inadvertently destroyed a Russian base. Yay. But by the time he got back 2 weeks later, he was still tripping. So there's that. So yeah, pervitin was amazing. And that's why the Nazis managed to do unreal stuff, man. Yeah, because it was all whizzing their asses off. In 1944, then, Hitler come up with a biggie, yeah, absolutely stonking drug called D1X. Now, D1X, it was coke, it was meth, and morphine, yeah, all in the one capsule. He was literally giving it to his soldiers, and they were literally exemplary. They performed like Captain America. I think Captain America is definitely on the old limitless drug. I reckon that's what they're all doing. You know, like Hollywood stars when they're on movies. Now, I know a lot of it is AI, you know, they cover up their zits and stuff, but their acting abilities and their talent and all that is beyond me, because when they're on chat shows, they're like the stupidest people you've ever seen, aren't they? So is it that they give them this drug that makes them actually intelligent just for 10 minutes and then they stupid back into their stupidsville? They don't have intelligent movie stars anymore, like Marlon Brando, do they, guys? Yeah, they used to have some really intellectual Hollywood stars, like Liz Taylor, Betty Davis, yeah, but not anymore. So what are we looking at here? Well, we're looking at what the church likes to do with all of their money. I don't think they're going to get any money anymore. Archbishop of Canterbury, God love him, been caught TDA touching the dog's ass again, another one. But it's all right, because the British establishment couldn't give a fuck. They got these doors, like, you know, like again on hotels. They just, in the courts for Britain, for these lot, they just go in one and they come out of the other side. They don't even got turnstiles for them. No, look at this. There's three then, because there's another massive one, Statue of Liberty, that they built. But this is a smaller one they put in a park, apparently. Yeah, apparently. Here they are, and this is what they were using to tug big things around in antiquity, was steam power. And I love them steam engines. I've seen these going up the road in my life, when I was kids. And you could have little ones you run on paraffin. When I was a kid, they were proper expensive, but absolutely loved them. I love trains, planes, automobiles, and antiquity. Antiquity is awesome. She got flame grilled there when all of that got flame grilled in the background there, which was San Francisco. A lot of Egyptian stuff, you know, on the East Coast as well. Really strange. So about the power of suggestion, or the mind, what it can create. The story of the princess and the pea. Now, I'm not talking about piss. I'm talking about a garden pea. So she had pea under a mattress, and she's such a spoiled brat. She's like, I could still feel it. And they had to drag another mattress in. I can still feel it. Oh, God, I can imagine the brat now. I can still feel it. I can still feel it. I can still feel it. So they put this many mattresses on, and she could still fucking feel it. Of course she could. Of course she could. What was really going on is she had a sebaceous cyst in her back, but she was a bit dense. So, or she just manifested that pee that was, you know, not really there. People do it. I've done it. I've done like uncomfortable nights where there's been knobbly bits in the bed that are not really there. Just, you do it to yourself, don't you? Another experience of that is stigmata. Wow, man, I love Jesus so much. I'm just going to have blood pouring out my head and my arms. The power of the mind will make that happen. So, selfies and TikTok and Instagram and YouTube mentality, okay, influencers and all of that. That's not new, guys. These are three German soldiers coming to visit the sites with their color cine cameras. Yeah, documenting everything. There must have been 1 billion hours of the war documented, and really bad things. We don't see them. We don't see the real good stuff. We see the setup, you know, after the event. Is what we do. You never see really good action shots out of any of the wars, ever. So yeah, here's the Indians definitely might have been doing a bit of water blasting. In my mind, they had that sort of tech anyway. And just look into the Mali machine in Versailles, the poundage per square inch that thing could manufacture. So yeah, they could definitely do some sort of water blasting. So yeah, she's just chilling out there in a completely normal bed of the time, getting a little foot massage on. Yummy. And I think it's a boat, isn't it? No, she's got an electrical weapon there. Maybe she just tases the slaves if they don't do as they're told. I don't know. India was in a golden era recently, up until about, I reckon, 1812, something, when the East India Company turned up, the Portuguese and Goa and everything else. They turned India into, something else. They had it all. No poverty, beautiful everything. And then the British came along. And in their amazing style, I don't think anyone does it. Britain, even Hitler was tipping his hat to the British. I love your style. I like these concentration camps you've invented. Do you mind if I borrow that idea? Like, yeah, man, knock your fucking self out. Oh, that's haunting, isn't it? Wow, 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 wow. I like Buddhist stuff, though. I've always felt a little bit of a Buddhist vibe going on. Yeah. But religion's wank anyway, isn't it? Who cares? Look at this for a spooky Phoenician. He's got his wings over his eyes to protect his eyes from the blast. The light will be very, very bright of that weapon. Very bright. And that's all about nukes. It's the eagle that blinds you. Okay. Here is Planet of the Apes. Okay. Here's Charlton Heston having a little meltdown. Having a, oh, it's all gone. Yeah. I wouldn't give a fuck. She says, yeah, whatever, mate. It's all fucking bollocks anyway. It's all a lie. It's all an illusion. Don't beat yourself up. But he was an astronaut. So there is that. So yeah, he comes back to Earth. And everything's gone to shit. And then his monkey's ruling the place. Oh, here's Rodin's thinker here. He's having a think. Let's see what he's thinking. Maybe it'd be a bit of a revelation for us all. Philosophical moment here. See, in my memory, the Rodin thinker had his chin, his arm on his head, not on his chin. Maybe wrong. So apparently, Shiva shampoo is. It's not in Delhi Hilton, and he's not incarcerated. Apparently, he's just fucked off the internet because he's fucked off with the internet because it's like weird. It's like Holly weird. Okay, so he'll be back. These pictures. Okay, we're going to have a look at some photographs. Now, make sure to please, if you would, share this out. The stinker, David McHugh. The stinker. 600 of you watching. Welcome. Happy Flaterday to you all. Thank you for being here. Joy 17 Joy. Have you always been that colour, or were you blue for the last 10 years? Because I'm confused. It might be just another one of those daily changes that keep happening. Word up, Adam Cookage. If British. What you want? What you want? Pretty please. Words up, all you. Can I get some more? Yeah, man, we're going to do loads and loads and loads of stuff. But I've got to get on because it's not going to be like a massive long post. So these images here, these are photographs, juicy collection. Photos of Persia, Turkey, and the Caucasus. And it was the 7 months journey of a Mr. S. Thompson in 1891. And Mr. S. Thompson took some photographs. Let's see what Mr. Thompson's seen and if he had an eye for any detail of the antique world. Okay. So, lovely. The beach in Turkey. Bagshish. Took me ages. I thought they were offering me hashish. They weren't. Bagshish is, can you give me a ciggy? I didn't even know. But trying to score back in the day in Turkey was like, you get caught, you're going to have a death sentence, which was really shit, especially in Istanbul. And when I was there once, it was next to this prison I was docked, where apparently they filmed Midnight Express. Yeah, you know what happened there. So, yeah, just don't score in Turkey. They got some countries that really fucking need to catch up, don't they? I wonder what the drug policies are in China. Don't think they're all into other things, aren't they? Noodles. Don't think they do drugs. So what's happened to that place? It looks like a load of mud has just fallen out of the sky and dirtied it. And what's outside? But really nice Moorish architecture or Turkish architecture. And a lot of castle. Look at that out in the middle of nowhere. So he's just on his journey and he's photographing stuff that he sees on the Because I'm guessing they got no highways, so he's on a muddy dirt road on his horse and cart, isn't he? Because cart isn't invented. Not bad, Mr. Thompson. Not bad. Hope you just find something mind-blowing for us. Not bad. Okay, what's this? Hark Island. Looks a bit Star 40. Okay. It's a really big country, Turkey, anyway, isn't it? But yeah, so the Ottomans, there's something to think about, isn't it? How come their architecture splattered everywhere? We see exhibits of it. Maybe just people in power won't let this style of architecture go, because it is everywhere in the world. Oh, look, we have tents. They look like they're inflatable tents. What's going on here? Look at that Tartarian building there. They're just like really rough shacks, aren't they? Made out of, hay. But yeah, you got that big old thing on the water here, and that's Basaru. Don't know. I think it's on the. I think what we're looking at here is on the Bosphorus, though, because Bosphorus, the Dardanelles side of the Bosphorus, Gallipoli Peninsula, where they had the Gallipoli battles in the First World War, is littered with star forts all the way down to the Mediterranean, and just littered with these things. Look at the size of this wall. Hark Island. Pretty hard to penetrate. I didn't mean that to sound rude or anything. Okay. Oh dear, this is inside. What is that? Don't tell me that's a cannon. Right, okay, there's messed upness for us to investigate. So there's cannons laying around all over the floor like something's just thrown them. That's quite telling. And that big thing there, what is that, Jesus? And why is it in the, what's these steel things as well? Steel pillars sticking out of the ground. Why would they be steel pillars out of the ground? Something to do with the mechanism for the technology of the... I wonder what that big thing is. 1891. It's not going to be a boiler. It's just a big fuck off cannon then, I guess. I don't know. There's some Turks on a nice little boat. I'll have to do some Turkish things. Whatever they do. Make the next song for the Eurovision Song Contest. How come no other countries are brilliant at music like Britain and America? And all right, the Swedes got some good bands, the Hives and ABBA and stuff, and some of the Europeans. But other places just can't do musicians or music. You're never going to get the Turkish Led Zeppelin, are you? No insults. I'm sure their music's really good, but it's not. So why is that door down in the ground? You got to literally step down. That was really shit engineering, isn't it? To be door down in the ground. No. No. There's been a mud flood. Oh, arms for... That's what they do now, isn't it? Arms for... What can they say in Britain? Arms for Elon. Arms for Elon. That's what they say now. Oh, they're nice red bricks. Where are we now? In Baghdad? Yeah. They had a lot of bad press with the Arabs early on, though, if you think about it, because you had what? Ali Baba and the 40 Thieves. So, he's a thief. You got fuck me, my mind's gone blank. There's loads of them. There's Aladdin, Sinbad the Sailor. He wasn't baddie though, was he? But there's loads of baddies. Pluto of Popeye, he's an Arab. He's always nicking Olive. He sticks her over his shoulders and he runs off with her. Yeah, it's funny realm, isn't it? What a detail they got though. So this whole world, this whole beautiful world, this Tartarian world, if you like, wasn't very long ago, and there's bits of it everywhere. Baghdad is Probably why they had the war. Go into that museum and smash up all of them artifacts. Nick's stuff, apparently. I love a good paddle steamer. We got two in Britain, the Balmoral and the Waverley. That's definitely Star 40. In Shutshitter. Okay. They're no worse than British town names. We got some really bad town names in Britain. Not going to name them. So this one's Bender and Nasira. They don't do windows, do they? Don't need it. It's boiling fucking hot, isn't it? You boil. They don't do aircon. No. And they haven't got front doors, have they? On locks. Because nobody will steal anything because you chop your hands off, won't they? I don't think they were always like, this, because it's the religion, isn't it? In my books, it doesn't say anything about Islam in my old books. It calls it Mohammedanism. Up until maybe, I don't know. A lot of these new keywords come up recently, like tsunami. That's a new word. That come up. The movies permeated the Japanese word tsunami. Wasn't really in our vocabulary until I was, I don't know, in my 20s. It was a fucking tidal wave until the movies. Look at the geometry on there. Little pictures of little soldiers. So, yeah, you got to have armies. They have armies, don't they? Got to get rid of them. They're bullshit, aren't they? And they do them company work, don't they? They die. They think for their queen and their country to protect their people, when really they're just company men and protecting the company, and they don't even know it. They do find out, though, and then they feel a bit bitter then. It's like, oh, my God, my best friend's head got blown off. Yeah. Do you know what? It's smelly out, guys. They don't clean anything. I go through a gully to get to my local store because my field they're building a house on it. There are unspeakable things on the floor in that gully. Unspeakable. It reminds me of the no man's land in this Battle of the Somme. Yeah. I mean, unspeakable things, guys. Squashed things. Little drug bags everywhere and things that are unidentifiable. I can't stand it. I like things clean. Some of these mountain paths are stupid. It's not for lorries, aren't they? You just wonder they just don't fall off, and they do all the time. Carry a mattress with you, though, and a camel. Camels are awesome. Yeah. Use the camels to ride around, and in this case, a lot of these use them as their girlfriend. It's lonely out on the plane. That might not be true. Right, what's this? 1890. Let's not say things. Stop saying words, Matt. Now, what is that thing down there? It looks a bit futuristic. It looks like one of those Area 52 places in like Nevada you see on Google Earth. Yeah, we're doing like aliens probing stuff. Where we're doing our alien experiments. We're hybridizing an alien grey with a mongoose. Yeah, we're going to release into a population. Oh, they don't seem to be doing all right. They seem a bit impoverished, but let's be honest, nomadic life. Yeah, he's only got one fucking leg and all, haven't he? God love him. Nomadic life, yeah. You haven't got to pay taxes, for one. You haven't got to worry about, like, where, anything. Just get off to the next valley and pick some mushrooms, whatever you eat. Look at this pillar in the middle of nowhere. Why would he photograph that? Maybe it's all the stones. Maybe all of this was a civilization. Yes, an anal probing facility. Anything to do with aliens, yeah. This is why space is so gay. Yeah, anything to do with it. I noticed that all of these weird organizations, political movements, religious organizations, space scientists, they're all in the same elk. They're all in the same elk, and it's all to do with anal probage, apparently. Didygate, for example, or dominate depatre and anal domini. That's what they say now in church. So here's some plies for stuff. Don't worry. Say 10 Hail Marys. Please touch me, but you did give me a bag of crisps and a Coca-Cola. Yes, it's not good, guys. Something's got to be done about it all. Let's just have a word with the king about dissolving parliament, dissolving religion, all of it, and what will we replace it with? Nothing. Yeah, we're just all going to go about our business now, okay? No wars, no cannons, no guns, no nothing like, no you. I'm guessing we still have to have, like, a currency. We can't go to, like, Mad Max, although bottle caps is a good thing to exchange. Have you got many bottle caps? I've got loads. I could be really bottle cap rich, guys. Bottle caps and doolies. I could be bottle cap and dooley rich in the future. It is Mad Max world, though, isn't it? The streets are Mad Max world. All they had to do in the old days, you know what they did in the old days? Sweet fuck all. The love of idleness. That's what they did in the old days. Sit around, smoking a hookah with a hooker. Yeah. What's this? Persepolis. Ooh, Persepolis. Home of the Persians. Let's have a look what they had going on. I bet there's shit tons into Persepolis. Underneath it, I mean, it's amazing. Look at the size of these pillars. This must have been unbelievable in its heyday. Persepolis. That's not too far after the place was rediscovered, because these are pretty remote places. So what we got, some Persepolis ancient graffiti from 1760. Somebody came through. A-B-A Abracadabra? Yeah. 1204. Is that 1204? Abracadabra. Cobraian. Oh, I don't want to summon up any ancient, demons or anything. So better be careful what I say. Holstein. We got a German. He went on to make a really nice beer. We got a Scotsman here, D.I. Tweed. Made it all the way to Persepolis. Wow. And all right. They're good, them, in there. You can scratch your name. Mine's on the oldest pub there's a pub in Fort Worth, and they allowed me to scratch my name on the pub table in there. So it'll be there for hundreds of years, apparently. Really good pub too. Their pool table, everything. So yeah, the Persians, man, they had it going on, didn't they? Literally, yeah. Darius the Great did the opening for this statue. Yeah. Prove me wrong. Let's have a look at some of their. Ooh, inky. Is that a big lion standing there with a sword? Yes, it is. You get a lot of animals that seem to be doing human things in the past, especially with the ancient Persians. Okay, don't worry, Dionysus, they're going to beat them all up. Apparently, they won't regain the whole world till another 1,000 years. Okay. That worries a lot of people in Britain, but like I said, I'm passing through, so I'll just convert early. I Cat Stevens. Wow, look at that! Look at that place. Got the shit and rack and ruin from the golden age civilization. I can see there was no troubles in the past. Everyone was doing their stuff. Had time to build all this cool stuff. Yeah, look at that. Imagine it goes into the hill as well. Whole thing could be artificial hill. Wow. Right, what are the people of live around Persepolis like? Well, they ain't minted. I'm guessing he's chief. He looks a bit. They look a bit Mongolian though, rather than like this girl here. She doesn't look Persian. She looks more Mongolian, or out from the steppe. In fact, they all look Russian, don't they? He looks Russian, doesn't he? With his hat and this fez, whatever it is. Where'd they buy their clothes? They're all wearing the same clothes, see, aren't they? More uniforms. God, I know where they got them. Yeah. Do you know when you're making a movie, they send you into dressing? Yeah. That's what it all seems like. Oh, yeah, look at this. They had an Asian block of flats. Astrakhan. That's a Tartarian city. Let's have a look at this. Just terraces, wooden terraces. It might be still lived in. It's in the side of a cliff. Well done, Mr. Thompson. Nice photographing. Wow. You got beautiful handwriting as well, hasn't he? I could have been a graphologist. I used to study handwriting. I can tell you a lot about people by their handwriting. Nice jagged bits and all of that. They're a bit angry, but nice flowing. I can tell you this person with the writing was flowing, very creative. And quite a nice person, I would say. It's not angry writing. What the hell is that? I bet that goes right underground, all of it. The Asian world's such a mystery. And what they tell us, it's just unbelievable bullshit, isn't it? So I'm guessing that's mud brick. But the oldest mud brick castle in the world, or the oldest castle in the world, is mud brick in Turkey. Been there forever. But stone underneath the original structure. Mud brick on top. That's what they do. When a world gets blitzed, they build straight on top of the old world. They do it everywhere, as you know. Wow. And look, it's just in the middle of nowhere, guys. Out in the middle of nowhere. So, yeah, they were really groovy. They were images of Persia out to the Caucasus. So, the other side of the world now, the other side of the plane, we'll take you on another journey. These are super interesting, and this is why. These are remains or artifacts that you can find on the small island archipelago belonging to the United States of America of Tinian. The Tinian Islands, the main island they're on, right, guys? And they are called the House of Taga. And they are Neolithic giant stones, okay? But only today, only one stands. The story behind them is they're giant megalithic stones, and they were built by a giant called Spoira. He was a 3-meter tall giant, and he was a Guam chief. Guam chief, and he built it for his wife. But if you think about the destination, like where this is, the remoteness, this big. So I have seen artifacts similar to this for old books for America. And it's very similar looking to Göbekli Tepe, although they're T's, but it's a column with a thing on top. But on a small Pacific island, guys, is a civilization to that extent. Archipelagos. Yeah, has to be that this is just a tiny bit of what was a larger, some say Lemuria, as you know, or even Atlantis could have been in the middle of the Pacific, all we know. Sunken. I know what Plato said, but look at this. Something's hit it, broke it, and there's plants growing off it, and there's only one in the modern day. But interesting that it's Tinian Island as well, tied in with a nuclear bomb thing. And they are this big on top of the pillars. This is why they think that a giant built them, because they're that big on top of the pillars. These have been lifted onto the top of them pillars. Yeah. So, yeah, Spoira, the Guam chief, was a giant. He built these for his wife, built her a big dwelling. But look at the size of them. So, yeah, there was an earthquake, they say, that brought them down. They don't give you a date for the earthquake for this site, actually. They just say there was an earthquake brought them down. But as you can see, it must have been later than the 1800s, because there's photographs of the 1800s when these are still standing. Looks a bit like Coral Castle a little too, doesn't it? But it's whatever that stone is. So, yeah, the House of Taga, Tinian Island. Very interesting place for us to look at. Now, these are really, I got some titless art to look at. I had to go through for ages, because what you find is, what you find is most of my art got boobs in, and most of my art has. So it's really, really difficult to keep away from. Fucking really ridiculous. I got to do things like this, tiptoeing around for them. Don't want to. Anyway, hands like this gesture. You see Jesus doing this. You see Baphomet doing this. And there's a specific reason to do this as well. If you hold your thumb in the two fingers, okay, it creates a toroidal up your fingers, and the toroidal amplifies. If you hold your hand up like that and another one down, It literally can charge your body. It is electromagnetic effect. Different things do different things. As you can see, this one here, the three fingers, has a different effect. It creates a toroidal. Okay, you can see the caduceus. You can see all of the hermetic symbols of, and astrological symbols of Libran scales and serpentage, and the pineal gland as well, the acon, which would all suggest that more is going on. You got all of these creatures going up these hands. So absolutely weird. But yeah, hand codes. So the Masons know about hand codes, and they know about, when they do that devil horns and they're going like that, flinging it around like it does nothing. Oh, that packs an impact, and it's a negative impact. The two toroidals are paced apart, one on the finger, one on the little finger, one on the main finger, one on the little finger. And that's why like goths are so fucking miserable, isn't it? And it's not the happiest music genre, heavy metal, is it? They're a bit fucking grumpy. There's a lot of grumpy music cultures. So yeah, this guy is a Brundlefly. He's Mothman. Actually, he's a moth. He's a man. They literally engraved who is part moth. Why would they do that? I don't know. Maybe structures chi energy. What about this cat? It's a skeleton. He's not fully decomposed yet, but he's still delivering the food to this big fella here. So did they just keep like skeletons going? Yeah. No, your contract's not over, but I'm dead. No, you keep fucking working. It's like it now in society. You can't even afford to die in British society or any society at the moment. Can't afford to live, can't afford to die. Fucking mug you if you live, mug you if you die. Fucking craziness. But like I said, passing through, I'll go back to kick their ass later. Anyway, so this woman's got a jug of water on her head and a flamey thing. But her feet, yeah, I don't know. This is what over nail polishing does. I don't even know. But she's an angel. So all's good then. No harm will come to you. What about this dude? The only thing I can think of is they just went nuts with the DNA splicing during, like, we're just going to put it, don't worry, we're chopping the head off the horse, yeah, and we're putting your body on top of it. Can you do that? Well, we've had great success in the past. They're called centurias. You're going to join one. I don't think I want to. Well, we chopped off your legs and your willy as well, actually, and your bum, so you've got no fucking choice. So they may have been doing that. That's the only interpretation I can give you by looking at that picture, guys. Actually, I think I give you the whole story there, didn't I? The horse looks a bit worried too. What scarab beetles? Well, they liked a bit of dice in your world as well. Cards as well, maybe. Cards are weird, aren't they? They deal with numbers and the matrix. If you're really good at maths, you can work it out. Cards, you can be a card counter, but there's more going on with cards. I think there's an element of consciousness that goes into playing cards. Yeah, like setting up the pack if you're playing strip jack naked, that the card falls on the lady and not you, and then you fail. Okay, these are scarab beetles. Now, obviously, this is akin. I've got some sort of connection with floaty things, as in magnetic levitation. What this horse, I did have his head chopped off. Sorry about that, guys. But they did make glue up with them in a pair, so. Yeah, I know. Antiquities, very trippy, isn't it? Wish I had the rest of them pictures, but they are rather rare, but quite trippy. These are fantastic, guys. Absolutely beautiful. I posted a few on my community page earlier, found today on Facebook. And one of those Tartarian groups, there's fucking loads of them. Of the Pan-American Exposition in Buffalo in 1901. Okay, this was the first electrified city in the world, first electrified exposition. Pan, P-A-N, like Pan, like Bacchus. They named the expositions the Pan-Pacific Exposition, the Pan-American Exposition. They have to stick Pan-America. They have to stick Pan on the front, the piper at the gates of dawn. So that could explain a lot of the decoration is jet technology. I definitely think it was overlooked before. Makes more sense than anything else like 3D printing that we don't know of. And with we can't establish that they had that in antiquity, guys, really, but we can establish that they had power jets. Okay, I've got evidence of that. So, Buffalo. First thing I noticed about these pictures, guys, is they're really good quality for 1901, wouldn't you say? And they're moving images, so there's no exposure problems. Is the people are minuscule compared to the buildings. Look at the people compared to them pillars. Just absolutely massive. Oh my God. They're telling us that they build these things temporary. They're just impossibly big for the people. Look, there's a door going in, so there's all stuff happening inside these. But to me, they look like they're the classical world. It's only the photographs and the narrative that is, showing us something, The narrative is not fitting the photographs, is what I'm saying. Look at that. 1901. Welcome to the new world of electricity. Shame they didn't carry on with that sense of architecture. Could have had a bit less on the Phoenician overflow, though. I don't like that, really. Look at that. First electrified city. Absolutely beautiful. Can you imagine looking out your window and seeing that? You wouldn't even mind going to town. And look at that stadium. It's like Yankee Stadium, guys. It's massive. Yankee Stadium, I think, is older, guys. Look at the architecture outside of Yankee Stadium and tell you that don't look like Tartaria. It really does look like Tartaria. And this one does too. Looks ancient, and there's nothing beyond it but fields. A strange place to put a sports field. Look at the detail on that as well, and all of that. This is what gets me with the expositions. Is just so much attention to detail. Look at that. How long have them trees been there, guys? All of this temporary. Oh my God, look at it. There's a ladder up there. A ladder lean, eh? But the size of it, guys. How established it is. There's no people really in this shot, though. Getty buy all the best images, don't they? Totally shit. They got their fucking Getty thing all over it. So look at that return to building. Looks like the Radcliffe from Oxford, similar style. Just wow. These return to buildings are just fantastic as well. So this is what the world looked like, guys. And now we got what? Fucking Walmart. Okay, I think I'm going to come back and have a little chat with you all for a little bit and shit, do stuff. I've got a long way to go, I reckon. I don't know how long I'm into this post. Who even knows? 640 of you. Yeah, thank you for being here. Hope you're enjoying the show so far. In my head, but it's just in my head. I think we're the best show on the internet, but that's just in my head. I could be just tripping and ego tripping. But the amount of content per week, like I did 10 hours of me last week, and like literally, I think groundbreaking information on just forward as well, going forward. We don't stagnate and think, oh, we know the secret to everything. We know what the world is now, and we're going to keep on saying that over and fucking over. Well, we won't be doing that because that's not forward thinking, is it? Okay, so especially with philosophy, we don't know what this place is. Okay, we just say what it feels like. To me, it's getting to be very illusionary as I'm getting older. And fake as fuck. History and everything is just so controlled, given to us. And we just like, oh my God, did they really just not even care that much about us? They just give us snippets of information. Oh yeah, you can have more information if your parents have money. Or you've got more money, you can have more information. It seems about that, doesn't it? And bloodlines of having more information about what this place is. You won't find out if you go to school or university, that's for sure. You got to get out there in the University of Life. So Kimasabi is saying, Irie to Mr. Razda. Good to see you, my friends. John Lennon has come out of hiding. Oh God, fucking hell. Nobody would give a fuck. Nobody likes the Beatles. Nobody likes John Lennon anymore. Yeah, we know the score with these people. Yeah, the clickety clackers Cat in a box, beautiful background. Thank you. I'm in a Buddhist temple. We're paying homage to Buddha, Lord Buddha. Who's in my books? They don't. They. It's not like some weird like monotheistic religion, is it? Where you gotta like praise me or you're dead, or we can't stand you, or like witchcraft and all of that. It's just like you do you, innit? It's like you find out in your own way, and that's what I like about it. Where is my Elvis? God, he couldn't have been human. There's been no one like him since, has there really? Hiya, Gary, who changed your name to from. Well, let's have a. What's he black? What have you done, Gary? Has this always been that, or are you just fucking with my Brian? Black Star encoded Feltham. What's that all about, then, guy? It's a bit avant-garde, isn't it? It's a bit out there. It's a bit fringe. Typical English guy. Thank you, typical English guy. Well said, Martin. Yeah. Thank you, Dallas Fowler, my broski, and Det. Good to see you. Cheers, mate. Free soul hippie. Okay. And Romany Bass, my bro. Oh, thank you. We got a bit of a way to go. So what do you think? Jets producing some of that art I think is a definite. It makes more sense than anything else that I thought about, actually. So I think for now, I'm going to go with that. You should do more on Tavistock, Martin. Oh, well, I will. I do. Scott, I could do a music breakdown. I leave that stuff to Mark Devlin at the moment. He's wrote 4 books on it. A lot of the stuff he talks about is stuff I would talk about. So, I don't know. There's so many angles to go with the Beatles, isn't there? And the Mamas and Papas are quite a good story. Led Zeppelin's a really good story. But I just don't like them anymore. I used to love Pink Floyd. Fucking hell. I wouldn't piss on them if they're on fire now, Fuck no. Good day to you, Polyester. Thank you. And thank you, lovely person, too. And TW, who's doing love things. Oh, love fringe. Oh, yeah. That's where you find me. Yeah. I'm in the fringes. I'm in between. I'm not really here. I'm there. Yeah. People don't see me. I got invisibility. You can't see me. You're looking at me, but you can't see me. God, cloaking technology. These are not the drones you're looking for. Okay, let's get back into more information. Next, on Flat Earth British, I'm going to relax. I've said 1,000 words. Next, we're going to look at some images of the day. We got some breastless art. I'm sorry about it, but it will be very, very beautiful because the things we look at on Flat Earth British are of the highest quality, and these are definitely of the highest quality. They're very beautiful. But first, we're going to look at Tartar City. You excited? Good, be excited. Be very excited. Make sure to share this out. We're going to Tartar City is in Beijing. Now, what I'm going to ask you, this could be a Mandela effect or a change in realities. I don't remember the time when everyone decided that Peking was going to be Beijing. In my atlases, it's Peking. It's the capital of China, Matt. Peking. Then it went Beijing. When did they shit Beijing out? At the same time as BCE? Was it? Because I tell you what, I don't remember these changes, guys. Some of them I remember, like GIF. I remember GIF. Okay. These mysteries in life we may never know the answer to. It doesn't matter. Okay, first we're going to look at a Tartarian city. Then we're going to look at some beautiful paintings. Briefly, but they are the best. Lovely paintings, but the women are breasts. But life is not all about breasts. So, wagwan. No, I'm lying to myself. It is all about breasts. Mo Sampson. Black Star is certain. Don't even know. Because I'm passing through, don't you care? Son of Overbrook, good to see you. Ali Bach, good to see you. So, yeah, I love you all. Thank you all for being here, and let's just have an awesome experience together, isn't it? Let's not worry about things. Things are rubbish to worry about. Okay. That's what politicians are like, they're like that. They talk like that, don't they? They can't help it. Okay, this is the Tartar City in Beijing. Okay, and I'm not to be mistaken by the Forbidden Palace, but it's a big, massive wall, like Staff-40 wall. On the other side of that is a big city called Tartar City. And that is the name of it because the Tartars, as you know, from the Lead van der Haar atlases, were definitely ruling China for a period of time. But I think at some stage, what they call Tartaria was the biggest empire the world had ever seen. This building here is mind-blowing. Look outside, though, guys. So there's the wall, the city wall. On the other side, everyone's living. Massive skyscraper guard tower called the Tartar House. And beyond it is just the wasteland. It's like Mad Max, isn't it? Anything outside the wall is the wasteland. So they got a breach in their wall where they're punching a railway line through. They've taken a chunk of the wall out because it wasn't a breach in it before. Seems to be a lot of loose material in it, but yeah, they got to get a train in and out. So they breached the wall into. Yeah, China's up and coming, isn't they, in that time? Yeah, they went a long way from like peasant farmers to like the fucking most advanced infrastructure on earth, the envy of everybody. And China is empty of people. They're not cramming them on chains. There's no one about, guys. South wall of the Tartar City there. The south wall. It's that big. It's Tartar City. Big load. Oh, that's a bridge. I thought it was a load of these rickshaws there. And they're quite in the snaz, isn't they? I've never been in a rickshaw. So there is the blockhouse on the corner and the Tartar wall. I wonder if the whole of the Great Wall of Rome was actually the Great Wall of Tartaria. I like to think it was. In Peking, see? King again. Peking. The king are like the P. Peking. So there's the massive Tartarian blockhouse. And they're using camels. No better way to go across the Gobi Desert, I guess. China is just fantastic. How big is China? It's fantastically big is what it is. Just huge. Just massive. The corner of the Tartar City there. You've got a beautiful old, like British type of stone bridge. That looks British or, you know, European, but massive blocks in the bottom bit. From what was an older bridge, maybe. Big stones in the arches, though. But this side of you has been splattered. Can you see that? It's all punched out there. There's a big gap, isn't there? And isn't all that front bit there splattered as well? Can you see that? Huh? Yeah, it looks like there's some damage there, doesn't it, happened? On the Tartar block. Yeah, taking out Tartaria. That's why it was documented. Ongoing to this day. Okay, let's have a look at some beautiful art of antiquity. This is hanging up in the Vatican. I think that if you went round all of the artworks of the Vatican, I think they hide all of the clues in there in plain sight. And another thing I discovered this morning as well, guys, yeah, they don't actually lie. They tell you the truth all in plain sight. Elon Musk, he's telling you. He tells you. He said it's all CGI. He doesn't even lie, guys, because they can't. The rule set of this place is, right, is you can't lie, and you just have to put it there in plain sight. If they don't pick up on it because they're dozy, well, hey, you did your bit. Honestly, they tell us everything with the coding, guys. They don't hide it. So here is, I'm guessing, Virgin Mary. Okay. The angels lifting up a little chubby, wubby, blonde Jesus Wheezy. Might not be. They always got beautiful jewels on, haven't they? But the massive city in the background got to be, what's this stone stuff? And a huge skyscrapery business in the background. I always see that sort of background to a lot of these Renaissance pictures. It's like, that's not Italy, is it? Italy doesn't look like that. So anyway, putting your hands together, okay, meeting the palms of your hands together, okay, that creates a torsion on both hands. And I reckon it amplifies if you push them together, which is why a prayer works. It's not the It's not that you're reaching out to a bearded guy in the fucking sky, guys. You're doing it by putting your hands together. I've prayed and it came true. Yeah. But I think it was my willpower that kept people alive. I think I can heal my power in my hands, guys, and my will. So the coding's all in here. You can see the eagle with the baton and the crown, the lion and the lamb, the donkey, ee-aw, and the horn of plenty. Here's Fortuna in allegory, and she's pouring all of the new wealth, which is what they're about. Capitalism's being punched in our faces, and a lot of the world now doesn't really care anymore. A lot of people just want to do them. They don't really want them things. Look at how grumpy Mr. King is. Look, yeah, these had the soul literally sucked the fuck out of him. He's got loads of gold. Yeah, he's got 16 wives in his harem, and he can't even. He's a floppy rope because he's had the life sucked out of him. So that's really gnarly, isn't it? Look at the silks and stuff, though. They'd feel nice on, wouldn't they? Yeah, but maybe not the. He's got a dress on. But yeah, pissed off. So this is when the medieval masquerade ball goes wrong. Okay, it goes completely wrong because everyone burst out in flames in this masquerade ball. Or in this ball. God, these medieval wenches, women, yeah, the wenches are the ones that give you beer with their things hanging out. These ones are medieval women. They got horns. They're horny. They're horny women. Okay, do you know who this is? This is the Ottoman king. He's a boy. And he doesn't look like that he's an Egyptian, a Ottoman at all, because he has Phoenician stuff. He has the Zyro, which I can just make out. So like classical world Roman, laurel leaf, angel. Oh, there is a Zyro there on the orb and a sword. That's fleur-de-lis. So even in this, this old depiction of an Ottoman emperor, he is fully Phoenician. So who's ruling the Ottomans? Who really was in charge after the fall of Constantinople? Phoenicia. This painting's called The Emperor is Bored. He's just got the Emperor Nero and he's piss bored. So he's saying, can you take me to have a look at all of the Christians and poor people and the lions? Because I'm so bored. They get really bored, emperors. So they look to kill people. This is a von Stuck picture, a Franz von Stuck, in 1909. He does one haunting picture of Lucifer, and he does it in the face of the serpent here. But all of this guy's art is really, there's all sorts of hidden faces. And honestly, it's just so much coding going on. Oh, come on, AI. Don't put me on that. Here's the Emperor Titus. He was a bit of a spoiled bastard, not as bad as his son. Caligula's going to be a bit of a shit, but Titus, there he is. And everyone's having look, she's asleep. He doesn't even care. I don't want to know what the narrative for that is. It looks a bit upsetting. But look at the marble and the flowers and everything. God, they had the best stuff, didn't they? Here's Vertigan, or the Emperor of the Goths, or the leader of the Goths, and he's throwing his baton in. He say, "You are Caesar. Yeah, you win, mate. I can't fight with you. We got that fucking fascist thing." So it's all about technology. And Caesar, he had the fasces. Look at this. Arab flag here. Yeah, crescent moon. No doubt about that. And a lot of turban people. So I'm guessing it's in an Arab sort of place, except for that king there. But what about the skeleton on the ball that looks like the Grim Reaper? This phantasm ball, I've got loads of pictures of this with people standing on it. Jesus even standing on it. Why do they show this perfect sphere with deities or skeletons? People tell me you don't say skeletons, right, Matt? I know, I can't say it. In the year of our Lord, Anal Domini, 1632, we have experiments on a female. Yes. If you observe, it's a male. If you observe, this is what it looks like under his skin. Good job he was dead. Later on, rob some graves, get us some fresh, non-manky bodies. So yeah, so what they did in Phoenicia, in the old world actually, okay, in the golden era, is the love of idleness. Yes, it does. Yes, indeed. Where you just chill out all day, doing your thing, and painting pictures, having a swim in a pool, playing with dogs and cats and things. Now, this couldn't be carried out in a modern day. You know, even in the Arab world, as it is in the Knights of the Round Table chivalry world, of you got to go to basically for your balls to drop or to age of, to grow up, you have to go and save a maiden. Okay, you have to save a maiden. A bit like Bar Mitzvah. Okay, you got to go save a maiden in the old days. So he's like, fair maiden, drop down to me. She drops him a flower. Okay, pretty hot. He's got a score. Yeah, I don't know what year this is. 99. In this day and age, if you repeat this, okay, and she drops off there, she's likely to squash you and your horse because they're gonna weigh about 15 ton. Here's the witches covered. They're not really giving them good pressure, are they? Okay, they're making out they're old and ugly, when in reality, witches are generally hot. Why do you think they burnt them? So they can do things to them. Here's a knight off to crusade. Crusading season's on. He's a bit of an elderly knight, though. He's been fighting campaigns for 500 years now. Oh, his booty's there, look. See? They haven't got dress. I prefer the women to wear dresses that were like that, of million, silky things, than them fucking bacon grinders that they wear now. It's just horrible. If I could get a pet raven. They sing apparently, and they say "fuck you." So here's death in the battlefield. So obviously a visitor of it. All of these big battles, everyone giving one another stabbies and shit. I'm not buying that either. We only have seen in paintings. Show me a photograph of the Battle of Waterloo. Go on. Prove to me that it happened. See? I seen the guy who lived in the farmhouse at the Battle of Waterloo, where all these hundreds of thousands were, and he dug up some stuff, like of the battle, in his field, like a bucket full. I think he'd have a lot more than that if there was a few 100,000 people. So here's the witch. Okay, what's she do? She don't look evil. She's a bit Phoenician now. Look at the Phoenician stuff going on. She's got a pin in her hand, and she's got an effigy. It's not even a wax effigy. That literally looks like him. Oh, I wonder what he done to her. Yeah. The eye says it all. Yeah, bastard. So, I don't know what this is. It's just a pretty picture. Okay, we're having a voyage today of discovery, guys. A journey through mountains, Brian. Okay, this is a really good optical illusion. Look in the mirror at the same time. It's a skull. Ha 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 ha. Okay, now Halloween's gone. Now it's a fucking Christmas next. I'll avoid that like a legend too. Look at this. What they do all day? Philosophize. So he's playing with an ant on the floor. What do you think they do? What? Ants. Oh, just run around. And that was the conversation of the day. And then marriage. That's weird, isn't it? That's just a contract, isn't it? A deal. Fucking contractual thing to, oh, you can't do anything until you give us a contract. What? You mean, yeah, man, you'll burn in hell if you touch that girl before you give us that contract. Yeah. Sex before marriage is a definite no. So, right. Okay, then. Not. Sounds really stupid. Fuck you all. How many little critters would you like round you? Well, I'd like all little critters. Chickens and ducks and puppies. They all want some ice cream. She got the cream. I want animals. I mean, look at this, right? Yeah. Problem with this is he just caught 2 massive fish, but he's got a row all the way over to that boat in this stinking fucking web. Ain't bad weather. So I reckon people have liked to walk on the beach since time immemorial. Wouldn't you say so, guys? Even when there wasn't a moon. Isn't it romantic, the non-moon? Yes, isn't it? Well, you wouldn't mention it, obviously, if there was no moon. But anyway, yeah, I reckon even in Roman times, if you like, people used to get on their bikinis and go down on the beach with their margaritas and do all the same things that people love to do now, is what I reckon. Okay. I'm not sure what's going on here, but it's really pretty colours. I don't think anything sexual's going on. Okay. There's a little cat there. He's looking quite shocked, isn't he? Oh, what's he caught there? It's a little bird. I love the way cats bring little animals in, saying, oh, you are. I brought you a mouse. Oh, thanks, cat. Here's an angel. She got damaged by the blast. Or it could be a portal thing that they get blinded for a few weeks when they come through to here. You know, she basically, when they say, did you go into the light? She said, yeah, I did. What happened? I bit my fucking eyes out. You know, there's loads of ways round. No, didn't tell me. Be listening to them lot, the earthly plane, have you? Yeah, fucking hell. Don't listen to them lot, dozy fuckers. Here's the Riddler, not to be mistaken with the Fiddler, and he's got loads of animal friends because they're all you can fucking trust. Man's best friend is his dogs and his monkeys and his donkeys. And that's not because donkey and monkey sound the same, okay, guys? I know you're thinking. Okay, what did we do in the old days? This is Wales. Arthurian legend. We got some. We're going to fuck off with our money because them bloody ends are all after our stuff. We're the Celts. Here, look. We got loads of good stuff, guys. Yeah. She's got a baba. And here's King David. Look and see if there's any room at the inn. So the world's flooded. Look, the front door's in water at this church. But you can see woods in the round. That's beautiful. So that's a pre-Raphaelite, not Woodhouse. So Waterhouse is another guy. Can't remember. So marriage, yeah, back to that weirdness. Yeah, so the bride's passed out apparently. So, you know, it's too much for her. She passed the fuck out. Yeah. Do you swear to honor and obey? Whoa. What? Stop right there. Yeah. The first bit, that's standard honor, innit? You're not going to take the piss. It's a soul. What about the obey? Does that mean I got to do as I'm told? Yeah. Even if I don't like it? Yeah, man. Fuck off. Contract null and void. How did the operation go? Well, it went surprisingly well. So it might have been just a trend of them days, you know, like the weird trends of purple hair people in this day and age. It could be just like a trend there. Play me a song. What song would you like? So don't be sad. I don't want no one crying in my chat, please. Okay. But you know, when you're out to the store or at work and stuff, your dog is at home till you get home and he doesn't know whether he's ever going to see you again. In his head, he's thinking this: will I ever see him again? Because I've got really short memories. They don't really know you come home every day. I can stand it. The three virtues, okay? They don't seem very virtuous to me, but they're doing, like, they're basically plotting on ticker tape the future of humanity. Apparently it's out of our hands. And they got a lot of homunculus little people because these are giants. They live in a giant place above us in the vault of heaven. So here's more idleness. He's like, basically, he's like a TikToker influencer of the day, like that Jake Paul. He's got a massive opinion in themselves, but just really short-lived. Sad, really. They even seen themselves and knew what they were doing, you know, what people really think. They wouldn't do it. This is an impossibly good artwork. I can't even believe this is from 1601. I can't go over to this part of the picture because there might be a topless lady. And you know how weird the AI is. But what else is going on? Oh, black magic. Oh, look down there. They're doing all black magic things. They got Black Magic book. This is where Hollywood gets his stuff, isn't it? Okay. Do you think they're just killing people in Black Magic? Or are they making a few quid? I think they're making a few quid. Making sure you have loads of munchies and some other stuff. He's writing a shopping list, or she is, or he is, or whatever. Okay, one almost human being. Oh, shit. See that there? I've seen one of them. Don't even ask. Don't even ask. I can't go lower down. Let's see what's happening. A lot of electricity and purple electricity. Purple, that purple is definitely the color of consciousness. The sky always turns that color when I'm in a certain shift of consciousness. Let's just say that, shall we? Yeah, I could look at that picture for absolutely ever. It's just so much going on. So here's Napoleon, Battle of Borodino. He's just gone and fought the Russians and he's won, apparently, with his frozen ass army. Okay. And you see his massive armies. Do you know where Hitler kept his armies? Up his sleeves. Oh, yes. There they are. And they're having a massive battle. And then he's off to Moscow. It's all true because they got paintings of it, guys. It's proof it's true. This guy there literally painted this while it was happening. Yes, he was a quick painter. You got a lot of jesters. And this guy, he's an artisan. He's an artisan jester, and he's doing some antiques. Yeah, why did they have these stupid shoes in the medieval period? I want to get to the bottom of that because it makes no sense. And as you can see, he's got what looks like a masterworks in the background. The artisan is a very skilled man, apparently. The death of Cleopatra. God, she was a super genius. She was like Elizabeth Taylor. She spoke 10 languages, apparently, and was a high-end intellect. So, yeah, so it was a bit sad when she went because she was hot. She was the best thing that ever happened. She was like the female Elvis of the old world of Egypt. They've had no one good since. It's like it everywhere. We've had no good legends. When was the last good Elvis we had? Or somebody like that. And then you're upset then, right? Because you've had a fucking guts full. What happens to us all? We all crack up. And look what happens. Your dog loves you. Must kiss you. Cares so much, see? See, thumbs down. This is why I'm going to explain to you all, okay? Why I do a wiggly flat thumbs. Look at the cat bits in the old world. I'd love one of these. So apparently, if Caesar says thumbs down, okay, or all of the people, yeah, he's got to kill him. But apparently, if it's thumbs up, there's Caesar there, okay? If it's thumbs up, okay, he lets him go. A wiggly flat thumbs means he's got to do a silly dance and wiggle his bum and drop the sword. I made that up. So what did the Egyptians do? These are Egyptian artisans, as you can see, and they're making potteries and models of Egyptian gods, which they will sell on the market later. Nothing new under the sun, guys. Nothing new under the sun. So when you look at the images of San Francisco earthquake that I endlessly show you, and everyone turns up in their beautiful clothing looking at the destroyed world, this is the picture of a lady after the Messini earthquake. As you can see, she's a shattered remnant of her former self, which is what you would expect in an apocalyptic earthquake. San Francisco, though, it doesn't exhibit the same thing at all. Oh, back to the age of idleness. What should we do then? Smoke another bong? Yeah. Night walks. Have you ever been a walker in your sleep? Have you slept walked? Any of you? Hi, Nora. Have you ever slept walked? I used to sleep cook. My mother told me that she came into the kitchen once and I'd literally peeled potatoes and I was cooking hot, fat chips and egg and beans in the middle of the night. And she said that she stood there, I never seen her, and she said, and I dished it all up, turned all the gas off, proper safe, ate it, and went back to bed asleep, she told me. I've said, oh, I woke up really full. So I've slept walked a lot in the past, actually. Okay. That lady, she's sleepwalking, and I can guarantee you she will get back and she won't fall off the building or nothing. For some reason, just fucking, you're safe. It's weird. Like, I never burned the house down, guys. I knew everything I was doing. I had a brother-in-law, right? He used to be able to drive asleep. I'm not even joking, you guys. He used to nod off. He was a big, well, he had, let's just say, a weight problem. But he used to fall asleep at the wheel at his Toyota, and then he'd stop at the lights. And I'd look at the front of him, and his eyes were still, he was snoring. And then he'd take a left, yeah, at the lights. Eyes closed and fucking snoring. I shit you not. He just steers on automatic, asleep. Here's Constable's Hay Wain. You can visit that on Monday. Beautiful little picture. I love the Hay Wain. I used to have it on my wall as a kid, endlessly looking at the light that comes through the leaves and the little dog. And there's loads of things to look at in the Hay Wain. I like Constable's works. So, it's nice, isn't it? So they chuck this woman in with a lion, and the lion's like, oh, she's beautiful, I love her, and give her a cutch. It's not guaranteed to eat. You same out with Daniel. Daniel got chucked in. Couldn't give a fuck. She's lush. So I'm just going to cut her in. I'm going to eat her. This is when a lioness gets jealous. This is in a circus, and this lady here is making a friends with the lion, and the lioness is, get away from him. He's my man. He's my man. Circus lions. One of them pissed on my sister. No, I did. I went to Mary Chipperfield Circus in a box at the front, and the lion was standing on top of one of these boxes, and he cocked his leg up, and there was a high pressure hose straight into my sister's face. She had her mouth open and swallowed lion piss. She got lion piss waterboarded, guys. It's just I'm gonna tell the whole world about that. True story, true story. Mary Chipperfield. She laughed. She couldn't give a fuck. My mother was going to string her up. Said, "You give me money. Give me my money back." Money in there. And there's a person over there in the mirror. There's a load of money. Nice. I love that color green there. I used to have a toy car that was that color green when I was little. One of my earliest memories is George Harrison, My Sweet Lord, playing on the radio, and this color green car that I used to have. I used to love. I think I still got it. Anyway, it's Flaterday pics. And we are 7:30, 8:30, 9:30. Oh my God, I'm not 3 hours in again. Oh, for fuck's sake. You're talking for 3 hours. Make sure to share this out, guys, if you would. We're going to look at some crazy images now. There's lots in here. Hiya, Nora. What was worse, Nora, is I swapped seats with my sister because I couldn't see over the board at the circus. I was like, can I swap seats? She's like, yeah, all right. So that's better. I can see now. If I'd have stayed put, I'd have got the full blast, though. Talking about karma. Brilliant. Yeah. Yeah. She knows what lion's piss tastes like. Not many people can say that, can they? So there is that. So, yeah, this is like CERN. Do you know CERN? Okay, and you know the hydron, basically the LHC, Hadron Collider, is like this. It looks exactly like this. And you have all these deities, and they're coming out of it. It looks exactly like a wormhole. That's in an old alchemical book. Literally looks like the Large Hadron Collider. They're coming in. They're coming in. They're coming to get you. I tell you what, I couldn't give a fuck. If any aliens came around my neighborhoods, and I'm sure your neighborhood too, they're just going to get their asses kicked. Hand it to an handbag. Don't care who they are. Yeah, star footages. Okay, masses. What are you going to eat today? How about a nice dollop of Nazism? What about you? You look like you like a nice dollop of capitalism. What about you? Nice dollop of Islam? What about you? Do you want a nice dollop of Christianity? What about you? Nice dollop of Judaism? Anybody not got any? Me? Kill him. Oh, look, here's a nice picture of central London. No, it's not. But it is a comedy because this is what's on the sign, the billboard, when everything looks like shit in wherever that is in Who Gives a Fuckston. I'm not being unkind, but it's just to them, isn't it? It's their problems. I'm not going to doesn't focus on other people's problems that are made by corporates to make them money. So yeah, loads of shit going down. Yeah, you got Hercules, and he's got a magnetic shield, which is giving a bit of a ray, I think it's cooking the hog that's in the rock. At the same time, the bear is eating the dragon that is biting the smaller lion's head. The lioness is coming to save her husband, and the unicorn's got stuck in with his spear into the dragon as well. Yes, all of that's going on. Whew. This is a place that I know and love, but 100 years or odd ago, in Scheveningen, which is Den Haag or The Hague in Holland. One of my favorite. The strip here was amazing back in the day. This is a casino, by the way, still there, really big. There's nice food places over by here. But yeah, it used to be like, for a Brit back in the day, you know, it was all like people with loads of ganja and all these bars with ganja things and women in bikinis, and it was music, and it was heaven. It was heaven. J636. There's a nice knob end on a walking stick. Brilliant weapon. And you can carry them around because you're old and you're walking. And when somebody comes up and tries taking your stuff, you can smack them on the bonds with your walking stick. Classics. What they had in the old days, they used to be able to pull the top off and have a big thing inside. You know what I mean? Begins with K, ends with E. No, it doesn't. That's right. So what's happening with this? This is the Washington Memorial. As you know, it's got a big crack in it. But there is evidence of it being built. Okay. What's under it? Is this big old stone, like megalithic stone, which looks dirty and old. And they're literally going into it in this photograph, like it's been there already. And this stone that's laid on top, it's not even similar to this old stone that's underneath. You can see it there, the step bit. The Washington Monument, this bit. And you've got doors going in. You see it there? It's like a pyramid. I think they put it on top of a pyramid, step pyramid in Washington. They used to call Washington, it was called Rome. And it was built on a swamp. But look, it's not a pyramid. Now, wouldn't that make sense that they built it on top of an ancient pyramid? Yes, it would. Let's go back to this world of trams and zebras. Onk, onk. So, they had these capitalists. They've been around a long time. They had in the old days, top hats. But they did build stuff like the ships in the background and all this industrial stuff and all of that, which apparently accelerated us to where we are now. Yay. Cheers. So, like I said, did they go bonkers with the DNA splicing? Are we all parts of the animals in nature? Some of us look a bit piggy, don't we? Not you lot, but other people. They look a bit piggy, don't they? I look a bit rodenty, don't I? Or maybe a bit chimpy or rodenty. And other people look like dogs. You get some women that look like their dogs, like an old English sheepdog. Some ladies got shaggy hair like an old English sheepdog. So people do look like they're animals, guy, or look like animals, I think. The unicorn's gone. I look at them in the background, the fucking Vatican. Brilliant work. Look what we made, a Chaswater. So, Use of a Manor aircraft by David H. Childress. He wrote all of this concerning the Mercury vortex that creates lift in other manors, which is a brilliant technology, which I don't really go into because it seems like so 2010 to me. Here's a nice Dura. And what I'm wondering about is this lady in this Dura picture. She's standing by a building. Why is she so big and the building so small? Is it a model? Is she manifesting that building using that spell? Who even knows? Who even knows? So here's a lot of top hatters in America. And they're all marching to business. Just check how their stocks and shares are doing. Because that's all they care about. People? Yeah. A Suit to Shelter My Erection by John Doncover. Okay. Boners in space. Rejoice. This awkwardness in space has to be eliminated. Well, if you look at the IFS, you can see that there's something going on. They had an anomalous American flag and they were doing stuff under it. It was going up and down. How to live with a huge penis. I'm not going to mention The writer's name, the Satanic Trinity. This is big at the moment, isn't it? Devil and God stuff. And the dragon is the Antichrist, according to the book of Revelation. But they told us that, didn't they? So it must be fucking true. And the beast, the Antichrist, Revelation 13:110. Nice, interesting number. Oh, it must be fucking true then. And the false prophet, the anti-spirit. Oh, you mean the anti-spirit and the Antichrist are two different entities? Revelations 13:11-17. Sounds like a lot of shit to me. You can't bother. Good morning. You need to calm the fuck down and stop saying good morning. Yeah, we're not morning anything. I think it's going to be an awesome day myself. Oh, I just checked my volume was okay. So how big were ships in the past? Now, I do realize this is only an artist's engraving from the old world, but it does show big Antiquitech buildings, sound machines on the decks of old ships. And some of the evidence I've seen in Portugal this year, I was literally discussing, did they have massive ships? And I come back and showed you giant flags of giant Spanish ships, because I was thinking some of these docking things on the Starfort look like they're for massive ships. I think they're a lot bigger than they were telling us. Citizen ships. What about magnets and drive high speed? Do you think they should have gone with this? Because they definitely invented it in the past. Here it is here. Maglev railways. So they have got maglev. I know they got some in Germany and China got some, but everywhere should have had it. Bullet trains, airless. Or maglev technology. Lush. Oh, fucking hell. It's a bit of marble of the old world. You can still see the stain in the marble stone. Beautiful. But it's in the mud and stuff. It's a giant hand just reaching up out of the mud from the old world. Trippy. So this guy's half scarab, half man. I'm wondering if they're telling you that he had floaty abilities, like he could fly around in that suit. Maybe that's what they had him, like scarab suits. That's what they were called, scarab suits. So here's all the faces of dead Romans, if you like, or Phoenicians. And you can see these faces everywhere in antiquity, replicated, the same faces. So here is David, and inside David's head is a chick, which is standard. And I way respect. He's keeping a girl in his brain, by the way. Okay, I hope it's by consent. Look at this Crystal Palace. Burnt down, you know. All this glass. See that glass and that metal? Yeah, it burns. Metal and glass actually burn. Yep. I can. Light a little bonfire up the back garden. Chuck some glass on there and some metal, and then wait for 5,000 years for it to melt. Because it won't. Because it doesn't catch fire. It's just fucking stupid. Well, you could if you had extreme temperatures. Obviously, you could melt glass, but not in a fire. That was in the 1930s, 1932. Beautiful thing. London's Crystal Palace. Full-size oak trees in there, guys. So here's an old thing that they brought up, a bronze they brought up from the Mediterranean of an old Bacchus. As you can see, he's got an opium poppy on his head, and he's only got one eye because he lost the other one in a card game. That might not be true. What Cyclops is? This would not Cyclops. He's got 3 eyes. Unless he hasn't got 2 other eyes, they've grown over, and then he's only got his 1 eye. Maybe eventually, guys, with our spiritual ascension in the awakening, we will all end up Cyclopses. Just have. I only need one glasses then, not 2, like a mono glass. Interesting. Out of a newspaper, it said state population to double by 2040. Babies to blame in Sacramento, California. So yeah, if your population goes up, okay, blame babies. So, are you a psychic empath? Okay, let's have 5 signs you're a psychic empath or you're psycho. We did psycho last video. Today, we're going to find out if you're psychic empathic. You see, sometimes lights, flashes, orbs, or colors spontaneously pop up in your fields of vision. I thought that was the drugs. 2, Sometimes you hear tones, pitches, and ringing in your ears. I thought they called that tinnitus when I looked it up. 3, you literally feel the energy and emotion of other people as if they were your own. Well, yeah, I wouldn't go that far. And 4, sometimes you just know something without the awareness of where that knowledge came from. Yeah, man, I just picked that out of the ether. Oh, well, if that was a thing. This can be deeper universal truth or sometimes common and mundane. 5, you believe. I'm not sure about that word, but it's got its place in the reality, so we'll just go with it. Some empaths are so tapped in that they have what they call naive optimism. Okay, right. That sounds like me. Where they have the sense of the universal connectedness of all things and eternal nature of the human spirit. That sounds like me. That even the tough circumstances, they know all is always well. And that is it, guys. I completely concur with the bit there. All is always well. Okay. And the last pages are in The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It says that everything's going to be all right. And it always will be. Doesn't seem like. Look at Hitler. He loved it down on the beach. His National Lampoon with Hitler drinking pina colada out of the coconut. I reckon he was fun. He liked a little dance. Here's the women. Hitler obviously had hot women, wouldn't you, if you was the Führer? Spring fascist preview. I'm sure they were fully cloaked, not. Look at this thing. I'm sure I've seen this before in my dreams when I was a kid. Or maybe not. Abracadabra, abracadabra. Isn't it weird how it goes A, B, R, A, just like a coding of the Matrix? I speak, and therefore I create. So here's a load of imposters. Queen Victoria and her family. You can see Kaiser Wilhelm, the King, Anne, and all other royal people that all ruled Europe. And still to their descendants, some of them. I'm not sure what to make of this, Sphinx, but trumpet music made it wake the fuck up. Stone came to life with music. So, yeah, this is Osborne House. It was Queen Victoria's house, her favourite residence in the beautiful Isle of Wight. And look at the statues and look at the Osborne Housage. So, obviously, the royals keep all the good shit for themselves. They have the best of everything. Like Balmoral. How many houses do they need? Balmoral, Osborne. How many have they got? Sandringham. Fucking hell. Windsor, Buckingham Palace. Jesus, how many houses they got? That keeps showing up. Right. Temple of Sol. The Temple of Sol. Okay. The size of the people compared to the pillars. It's insane, isn't it? Oh, yes. There had to be these around. This is the Portuguese giant. Apparently, in the narrative, hunted him down. Oh, no, he was peaceful. He hung around the clubs and pubs of Lisbon, but he couldn't get in because he was too big. But luckily enough, they built the doors big enough for him to get in. He was like wicked. This is on the Ganges. Ancient Vinesi. They all show you this sort of bank where they go and burn their dead and go and dunk in the Ganges, get blessed. I'd like to try something like do that, but look at the tech on this. I think the more of these you have, the more it amps up, because it's definitely the nesting technology, and they are amplifying the chi. This is why all of these temples are all the way along, where they do this magical thing there. And it hasn't changed in millennia, apparently. It's the same now today. They do the same thing. You can go there, but they're all TikToking now and doing fucking dances like everywhere, and it's just so obnoxious. They fucking stop it already. The thing is, people who were born in like the year 2000, the millennials, they've already had sprogs, and they grew up in the worlds of computers and stuff. They don't know about actual stuff. God's help them if the fucking power goes down. Jeez, they couldn't cook a fucking meal. Look at the walls into there, though. So yeah, I'd love to be able to mag up and go through this picture, but the time is going on. I really didn't bank on a 4-hour post. I'm sort of done so much content, but it is gnarly. There's all sorts of things here, like this Flaterday going on, which apparently they used to drink so much in the Roman world or the antique world, then they used to vomit in the vomitarian, get straight again, because you vomit all at it and start over, can't you? In the vomitarian, and then back to it. So what sort of things, we'll mag up on a few of these things, and we'll find out what sort of things were going on in this crazy medieval engraving. Okay. German engraving. Well, there's the vomitarium, everyone filling up a pail with vomit. That's pretty normal, standard. What about getting the pigs to eat shit? Okay, think about eating bacon in that place, wouldn't you? But waste not, want not. What about the donkey that poos money? Yeah, that'd be good, wouldn't it? So what are they swimming in there? Piles of poo. The rivers are piles of poo. Yes, it is gross, Cafe Childers. Thank you for everything, everybody. Yeah, it's gross, but you know, that's the world we live in. Abracadabra. I want to reach out and grab you. Are we data in a machine? Bingo! I would say so. Here's the building of City Hall in LA. Look at the old buildings in LA, guys. Looks like buildings in my city. That's really weird. Tartarian buildings. So, the building City Hall, earthquake proof in LA'sville. LA'sville. Used Jamaica back in the old days. Crazy law things going on with all of this in certain countries and other countries. It's good for you. Get it down, you. It's really weird. With all the hard drugs and all these weird new drugs showing up, they shouldn't give a shit about this. But they don't, so they. This is the so that's in Jamaica. How's it doing? Doing fine, man. Yours in Afghani. How's it doing? Oh, it's doing good, man. You can make some hash for that. And even in the wild, they just grow everywhere. Apparently, in the old days, you could just drive along an American street and it would just grow on the side of the road. But it was hemp because they were basically cash cropping, weren't they? They were making all hemp rope and it was biggest crop. So here's a book of Tartaria. Okay, you can see the John Struess, and he went through Muscovy and Tartary. I've read the book live on YouTube. And it was in 1581. But unfortunately, that channel no longer exists because they took it down, in case you never knew. With my 1,100 videos, my 10 million views gone. So what is a Tartarian like? Well, he's a blonde chap, isn't he? And these seem to be having turbans on. And they seem to be nailing up. The definite guy looks like a bit of, well, it looks Norwegian, doesn't he? The other one's dead too. But Amsterdam. So John Struess was a Dutchman, Dutch East India Company. Again, a company man. So on the wrong side. So anything you believe from them, you can think is propaganda, including their engravings, I guess. But there are giants in this for some reason. He's just coming through and stroking that girl's head. And all the other women are sort of, oh, I don't like the idea of what's going on here. This is a caravan passing through. Maybe. Off to the Great Wall of Tartary. Look at the ships they had in Tartaria. So, okay, they're all getting drunk, and there's a lot of stuff going on there. Okay, totally uncivilized. Fucking savages, aren't they, people? I'm going to just go quickly through this, but apparently they're skinning people and putting them up on the wall in Tartaria, according to the John Struess book, and not nice things going on. And here's a Tartarian here. Coincidentally, he looks exactly like a Floridian. So Floridians are in America in all of the old books, and they're showing them as 7 foot tall with a bobble hat on and a baldy bit and a thing like that, looking exactly like this. What's a Floridian doing in Tartary? So yeah, they make them look like they're. So what's going on here then? We got some elephants, a load of fire, and a load of people being burnt and exploded. So yeah, fisticuffs and not good stuff, according to this book with John Struess. Back to Jamaica. Take a deep breath, man. So, is it me or a bit books? Some books really beautiful. Yeah, aren't they? They collect dust and mold. I got to do something about my books. I don't want to go near them because I get allergies. But look at these. I don't know what's in them. I don't even care. Just want to look at them, touch them. I know. Do you feel like this? Some days. Some days. Cybermen. I got Cyberman hat. Doctor Who. Okay, they had let's get this right. Bernalanium, which is an incredible substance. It's like a non-Newtonian metal that they use in Doctor Who to do things with. I don't go into details. Look at this giant here. Women love a giant, don't they? Just flock to him. He's like a man. He's like a woman magnet. But he is 8 foot tall. So I'm not saying anything more about that. Batman. I'd vote for Batman. No, I wouldn't. Vote Batman. Batman went to the elections to become Senator of Gotham. He didn't get it. So Harold Lloyd. I love Harold Lloyd. Hooray for Harold Lloyd. Do. You probably don't remember that. But he done stunts a bit like Keating. Brilliant ones. But this one is completely brilliant when you're watching a movie, but completely set up. There's a gantry underneath him that they keep completely out of the shot, but he could literally just fall down 1 foot onto it. It was just genius camera work. What happened to Hollywood? They can't seem to keep the camera still anymore. Looks like they've recorded their movies with a mobile fucking phone, doesn't it? And they just forgot how to make movies. Everything's just shit. I can't remember the last good movie I watched. Not really. One that brought tears to my eyes with brilliance. I can't even remember. Anyway. Oh, fuck. Yeah, it's an old Tartarian building. I'm trying to remember the city it's in. It's just completely lost me. But it is an American city. It'll come back to me after I passed on from it. Oh, there you are. It's not. It's in Danzig. These are in Poland. I've been here, actually. This is stretching in Poland. I've been to Danzig. This was when it was German Danzig, before the Poles took their place back. So he's no Welshman. He went back home after he was a Hollywood superstar to the Welsh Valleys. But that was a shock to his system. Fucking hell. Hollywood back to fucking woolly backlands there, valleys. And he went to the pub and he went to see his mother and all. I didn't buy her an house or anything. I don't think nobody moved from Wales really in their right mind. It's fucking brilliant there. And then he married her twice. So there she is, super clever, super smart. That woman stood in her own fucking power and knew what this place was. I definitely think so. Is Elizabeth Taylor. He divorced her. Then they decides a little time later, after they both had various lovers, that they do actually love one another, and they got married again. But they also played Cleopatra and Antony in the movie adaptation, which was a classic and really good film, actually, considering. Richard, he's gone for a Burton. That's alcohol for you. Yeah, they thought this was the way technology was going to go. Have your mixing deck on your head. We are not men. We are Devo. Whoa, stop. See, even the gophers are getting in on the fucking selfies, guys. Everyone's getting in on it. I've been doing it. I can't even help it. I'm addicted. God, I'm never ever going to go near TikTok. Fuck that shit. This is what TikTok could do to you. Yeah. One day he was just sitting there cleaning the dirt out of his nails. Next thing you know, got a photograph of him in 2024, dead as a fucking dodo. Hey, war's hell. What can I say? So, this is a lady in Birmingham. She's drying her knickers over the heat of the fire, and this is how she cooked food back in the day in the outhouse. Okay, with the mouse and these little heaters to cook your bacon and your beans. That's how we did it back in the old days. We were so poor, we had to sleep on the floor like Ika Mouse. Yeah. So remember them things I showed you from the Tinian buildings, the House of Taga. They look a bit like Stonehenge, or in the Mediterranean, or in Montana, or in Turkey. These are Göbekli Tepe. Oxford University predates the Aztec Empire by over 2 centuries. It's that old. Cambridge too. But they're not the first universities. I think the Moors took the first universities to Spain, Toledo, and Zaragoza, as far as I know. So this is out in the desert in Saudi Arabia. I think it's rather than a geological erosion because there's nothing else around because it's in the middle of the desert, or it's a mushroom. I think it's a mushroom. Big mushroom. A big, lovely mushroom. So in the Bible, Jeremiah 33, call unto me, and I will answer thee, and show thee great, mighty things, which thou knowest not. Brilliant. Okay, God. I call unto you to show me mighty things, which I knowest not. Thank you. May you share that prayer. Amen. Characteristics of a psychopath. I was going to go through them, but you do know, don't you? Aggressive, callous, and cunning. There's one section of society that scream a lot, don't they? They victimize themselves, which act aggressive, callous, and cunning, which are really, really annoying me at the moment. But I'm just passing through. What the fuck? And that's a characteristic of a psycho. Complete absence of conscience and empathy. Very adept at manipulating others, especially emotionally. Oh, fuck me. Willingness to engage in immoral criminal conduct. God. Fucking. A willingness to take what they want and do as they please, regardless of who they hurt or wrong. Deceptive ability to appear outwardly benevolent. Oh, he seems so nice. Yeah, Dr. Klaus Barbie. Deceptive ability to behave in superficially charming ways to hide purely selfish motives. Yeah, well, they said that about Dr. Goebbels. Said he was such a gentleman. Willingness to use intimidation and violence to control others in order to satisfy their own needs. I think they're describing P. Diddy there, aren't they? I don't know why I'm laughing, but willingness to intentionally violate the basic inherent human rights of others. A complete absence of any sense of guilt or remorse for the harm their actions have caused on others. Oh, that's a biggie, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, fucking hell. 20 got killed, you say? Shit, man, that sounds really bad. Anyway, rationalization of their own immoral behavior. Yeah, man, fucking, it's just who I am, innit? Will attempt to lay blame upon someone else for their own conduct. She made me do it. Denial. Will deny all their own wrongdoing outright. She made me do it. Utter contemptuousness towards the feelings and desires of other fellow beings. Pathological liar will say anything without any concern for truth in order to advance their own hidden agendas. Ability to feign normal human emotions and empathy. I'm crying. Where's your fucking tears then? Severely distorted sense of consequences of their own actions. Yeah, nothing's going to happen. Not to me, anyway. Total failure to accept any responsibility for their own socially irresponsible ways. Strong belief that they will never be brought to justice for their criminal behavior. Until they're caught, of course. Oh, there's a new Archbishop of Canterbury reveals. Yes, you're right. Hugh has been voted #1 bummer in Britain, and he's going to be the new Archbishop. Okay, new boy. Ooh, flying saucers. We'll look into them. I was going to go into a little bit of flying saucer release stuff later on, but it's just so, back when we were looking into Rosicrucianism and Vril and everything back like 100 years ago. So the root of the Armada, they got a weapon in Britain that's going to make the weather kick up. Queen Elizabeth I, she's protecting the British Empire from the onslaught of the Spanish, and they come up here in the Armada, all their ships. Totally missed Britain because they got caught in a gale. which blows them out of the North Sea through Fair Isle. They come down the Hebrides, and they all get smashed on the Hebrides and Island. All of them. Like, hardly anything got home. Maybe I should have been, an admiral in that battle. I think I'd have done a lot fucking better. Ethnic Russians in the USSR in 1976, there wasn't that many, 275 million, but ethnic Russians, 137 million. So all of these bits here, ethnic Russians, all of these bits where Tartaria and everything was, are not ethnic Russians. They are another minority. Nintendo predicted this fight back in the 1980s. So Nintendo had a game where Tyson was fighting a Paul. I shit you not. It's all in the script. And what shit fight? I'm fucking a bit disappointed with Mike Tyson as well, but it's his career and life to just chuck away in his reputation. Everyone just saying he's fucking just a sellout, That was disgusting. Anyway, what a shitty fight. My God. So 650 of you watching. Thank you for being here. Oh my God. Ow. Back's gone. Right, let's have some non-33 orange juice. This is 34. I wasn't even 33 years of age. I went from 31 straight to 34. Weird it was. Okay, that has been hours. And do you know what? It seems like I've been talking 10 minutes in my head. Honestly, time goes so quick. So Catherine Muscati, lovely lady. Jake was very respectful. Oh, it's good. I like respect. It's one thing I do respect is respect. Oz, good to see you, my friend. And Lynn, good to see you, Lynn Mitzi. Love the Wiggles, the wiggly flat thumbs. And Alpha's in the house, 16 Alpha. Good to see you, my man. And it's good to see you keeping up the good fight, wherever you are. Imagine making 20 million in 60 minutes and acting like they are fighting. Yeah, well, I think it's 20 million a day with NASA. So there's that. And what do they give us? What do they do for humanity exactly? It's disgusting. Disgusting waste of money. Forget about all that. Stu, imagine getting millions of pounds beating up an old man. Oh, man. I thought exactly the same. How does he... And do you know that, Jake? I'm not being funny, but the people around where I live, they batter that guy. I batter him. My son, I kick his ass. That guy's not even a fighter, guys. I've been watching him. He don't know shit. He don't know how to fight. Tyson was an old man. He's a year older than me. Okay? And he could have killed him. Yeah, he's dying. You can see halfway through. Mike Tyson's like, I'm dying for a fucking spliff. You can see it on his face. Oh, God. But it's breads and circuses, isn't it? People gave their energy. I watched it on YouTube earlier on. I was fucking like, oh, is that what the big deal's about? Yeah, 20 million. That's not a payday for such. But like I said, they make them do it. The Illuminati make them do it. That's why the Rolling Stones are 80. They got colostomy bags shitting themselves and they're still leaping around stage. Charlie Watts is fucking dead. There's no Rolling Stones. But yeah, they keep churning them out. And they're crap. U2. Yeah. Fucking octogenarian U2 are still kicking them out. They're shit. They were shit in the first place. U2 are like PewDiePie, famous for being famous and no fucking talent. That's what U2 are. D-Tech Nick, save $10 by not watching. Is that how much they were charging on Netflix? Imagine how much they earned. And another thing, they had advertising like Meta bursts, fucking Trump, Elon stuff, and on all of the ropes of the boxing. I've never seen that in my life before. Yeah, maybe they should have done that on the Tesla car they apparently sent to space. Do any of you remember that? They missed out on the biggest marketing opportunity in history. I noticed they put like Marlboro and stuff all over sports cars, racing cars. But yeah, when they sent a Tesla up into apparent space, they put no advertising on it whatsoever. And then obviously you all got to forget that any of that happened. Oh yeah, there's a Tesla car. He never mentions it anymore. Going around and round, orbiting apparently. Yeah. But it's Ryan. Good to see you back. I got some awesome old photos. 1871 of Cardiff, my city where I'm living. The earliest photos I've ever seen of Cardiff. Thank you, Hippie Shake Dear. And Runaway Train. Is weed still legal in the UK? They still no, it's decriminalised. You can get it from a doctor and stuff, but it's not where I live. But apparently you can. It's difficult to say. As far as I know, yes and no. I don't know. The streets are awash with hard drugs. I watched a video the other day. One of those. These are not sustainable as well. These videos of the people going around recording homeless people. It gets me upset as well. I noticed when I'm watching them, so that's not good energy, and I do know what's going on. But the police in Manchester stopped this guy, and he had hard drugs on him in the street, and they literally didn't even take him. They just fucking, they're yours, going on your way. That was hard drugs. So it's difficult to say, you know, they got zero, you know, tolerance in some things, and now they're just letting stuff go because it's so bad at the moment. Just so bad. So a difficult one. That is, I couldn't answer you, Runaway Train. I really don't know. Legislation and what they say is completely opposite to what is being carried out, is all I can say. Julia, good to see you. Mind the gap. Mind the gap. We are businessmen. Well, I don't think in a business in many like. I'm not very good at it because I'm like, I've got like anorexia. So there's a, not anorexia, that's being thin, isn't it? Dyslexia, that's the one. I turn into a fat blob. No, I'm not. They would be BE pay-per-view without Mike Tyson. Oh man, it's just, yeah, I used to love Mike Tyson, especially when he was like grew his own thing and got his own podcast going and that. How you Mike, innit? So I don't know, selling himself out so late. And like I said, they must have made him do it. Maybe they blackmailing him, something like along them lines, guys. They do that. And they make all these old pop stars when they, you know, they've got what, $1 billion or something. Some of these pop stars like Mick Jagger or something, and they're making them do shit all the time when they can't even retire and earn and relax with their money. Matt Lee, good afternoon, sir. Thank you very much for the mind-blowing and entertaining presentation. Thank you. I hope you do. I have enjoyed. It's been a lot longer than I anticipated. I don't even know where the time goes, guys. How can that be nearly 4 hours? 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, 10:00. No, it's coming up to 3 hours. Oh, all right then. We're good. We're good. So you make sure to catch up with my other vlogs as well. I got loads of content you guys haven't caught up with. It's all as equally mind-blowing. But I reckon that's a thing, though, don't you? Jet chiseling. It's a new thing. So afraid so. Oh, it is. Okay, there you are. I cleared up now. Now I know. Vibes. Mr. Razda, good to see you. Yeah, I watched it. It was on YouTube, bro. It's on YouTube now. Everything is, isn't it? Bollocks. So I only watched it for 10 minutes. It's 3 minutes a round, so 8 rounds. What, fucking 16 minutes of boxing? Bollocks. I used to box. And I went to one sort of sparring exposition thing over the West End club. I had to fight a kid who was much bigger than me. I did all right, guys. I used to like boxing, but the boxing coach, who ended up training like a world-class champion in the end, he said to me, and my friend Nigel Bartlett, he said, you either keep on training or going out with girls. It's one or the other. Yeah, you won't be able to do both. So he was like, later. He's like saying no women. Yeah, all right. That ain't gonna happen. So we gave up the boxing to go chasing the women, which makes much more sense logically. Oh, Welsh cake sounds yummy. Epi sweetness. You haven't got a clue. You can get them warm opposite Cardiff Castle in the Welsh cake shop, and you have raisins in them. You can have ones with lemon. The lemon ones warm. So if you haven't been to Cardiff, pop into the. I'll give them a shout because they are quite cheap, and they get a big bag for a couple of pounds of Welsh cakes opposite Cardiff Castle. Bruno cracks me up. That's so wrong. He's unbelievable. Did you see him in Jerusalem? Oh my God. I'm not even going to say it out loud. So yeah, see, soaked up. Mike Tyson and this other guy, you know, fucking Logan Paul's brat. They soaked up a lot of people's attention. See, energy harvesting Ponzi scheme. Guess whose energy they're using? Everyone that looked and bothered. I only did it because I'm a basically journalist, and I did it from a detective point to see if there's any mafian in the front row. Check out the hot women they used to have holding them cards, all the important stuff. We're looking at a boxing game, but I'm not really, you know, the people like. If Mike Tyson had died, I'd have cried. If it had been the other way around, I don't give a fuck. I hope they actually stick that guy in with a real boxer in the end, like someone young and really tasty. Yeah, fucking. Mind you, Jake Paul, he looks like he'd been bashed around the ring a few times anyway, doesn't he? Just saying. I could have been a contender, Tom. I could have been a contender. But I was quick. And I was really good at keeping fit and stuff, skipping and all of that. But I never had the size. I would have been a welterweight or something. So I'm hungry. I got to go. I'm thinking about food. All right, a few more. Sig. Oh, thank you, Sig. Make sure to subscribe. Oh, what's that? Finishing up my blueberry cheesecake. I love blueberry cheesecake. I love anything this cheesecake. So who won? No, it was Jake Paul. They won on points. It was all bullshit. They just dragged it out. It was supposed to be. They said no, it was an exhibition, but it fucking was. And they just exchanging on blows and that, and he had more punches in. So he won on points. That old chestnut. That's bullshit. And he was like, talk about throw a fight. It's not the first time, is it? He's ever thrown a fight. Yeah. You got to do as you're told, man, or they'll just fucking have you. It's like, see all this fucking lovely swimming pool and all this shit? All this is going to fucking disappear if you don't fucking get in that ring and box, baby. And that's what they do. And there's other things. You know what they do as well? You know what I mean? What's that, guys? Sorry, what's that? I keep hearing on the internet all the fucking time, people talking. They say like 3 or 4 words, and then they'll go, do you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, obviously I know what I mean. I'm following the conversation. You know, you are talking. So, yeah, you know what I mean? So, yeah. So Mike Tyson, he lost. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I know what I mean. Oh, okay, then. We'll move on. Yeah, I hope they stop doing that. It makes no sense. It's not logical. Stop saying, do you know what I mean? Culture. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Catherine Mascati, please tell me it's not true. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Oh, love from Minnesota. Jed, do you know what I mean? Oh, I like blades. They are among the first tools used by man. Yeah, awesome. The wheel, lasers, miniskirts, and blades. Best things. David, David, you rock. Now, what I'm saying, yeah, we are all saying this is the last bastion of humanity that is sane in flat Earth British think tank and associated channels. I'm afraid the rest is gone to fucking shit in a handbag. Okay, but it doesn't matter because I'm enjoying it. I think the apocalypse is awesome, and the more things that get unveiled, the better. I get really excited about stuff. It gives me a zest for life. You know, Fred was saying the other day that basically missing the old flat earth movement, and I do as well, guys. You know, it was so exciting back in the day, and there's hardly any of the original flat earthers left. You know, Nick Funkywood's still banging them out, and Jeranism and people like that. David Weiss, there's still some old Eric Dubé. He's still banging them out. It's quite good, actually. And there's a lot of the old flat earthers around, but few and far between. There's hardly any. They're all mostly gone. Globusters is still around, but just eking it out, you know, just so stifled by the internet, by the algorithm. And so it was really exciting for years. It was really exciting. I miss that. I miss the excitement of all cranking up on Hangouts, the excitement of YouTube and all the different people and new people coming in. And there was a lot of drama and controversy, but I don't do drama. Drama's fucking drama lamb is just I was going to say gay. So, yeah, I think that's me for the week. Make sure to subscribe to my liedtkes channel. And I'll just give you a fucking one or three shouts. So, Free Soul Hippie, Ali Bach, good to see you. And yes, eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow we die. Cheers. You listening to some advice from typical English guy? Eat, drink, and be merry. Enjoy yourself. Have fun. Enjoy your life. Don't take it too seriously because you're a long time dead. Okay? Noswyth da Martin Susanna. Welsh words makes me warm in my belly. It does. I don't know why that is. Welsh things are all like cutchy and warm and fluffy and nice. I'm not talking about women. I'm talking about things generally, as well as women. We are living in amazing times, and it is. I wouldn't have missed it for the world. Look at the changes that are happening. Yeah, I know it seems a bit bleak and the future's going weird, but I think we got this. I think literally this, guys, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I think they're doing the dying fly. Literally, it's crumb. That's why the shit show's falling apart, because of the truth is. Do you know the dying fly? That's the Illuminati doing the dying fly, and they're doing all weird crappy shit, like they can't make films, they can't run civilization, they can't do anything any fucking more, and they're running the world on a skeleton crew, and everything else is done on computers. Everyone else fucking get on drugs and live in a tent. Wow. Yada yada yada. In it Enrique. Fucking big wank on toast, isn't it? Yeah, who even cares anyway? We're only passing through. Personally, when I think about it, Tyson was blessed. He got paid 20 mil, though, didn't he? I guess probably more than that with talks, chat shows, and that. He'd be on Orphan Winfrey if he was about. I thought he didn't gain much glory. He doesn't really need to. Like I said, I think they make him. It makes no sense why he would just get all that bad press and stuff, you know, and everyone thinking he's a sellout, you know. Sad times. Exciting times of bad kind. Yeah, no, it's exciting, Mariam. It's really good when you think about it. Really, what could happen next is so exciting. You know, it's just wow, where we're going. Hold on tight. Just wow. Oh, poor Orange Man. Wonder if he minds all the derogative terms about him. Taking all your number, you know, he's writing all this down. Yeah, you got people everywhere, man. Fucking later on. So I seen you say in chat about me. Yeah, that's what he's gonna say. I'm gonna see you said shit in chat about me later on. Just remember who's in chat. Yes, sir. I can boogie. Okay, thank you, Catherine, and thank you, the One Tox and Alva Billy, my brother. We're still here in chat. I hope you're all well and good and groovy. And Milo's in the house. Milo Aaron, good to see you. I don't know about... Oh, fuck me. Medbed Tech. Okay. What's that, David? Talking to another Welsh lady. Bought a house for 6.5K. Oh, fuck me. That'd be nice. Beth and Bulgaria. Oh, looks bloody lovely. Sunny beach. Sure could handle the gangsters. Adam Forrest. Great to be here too, Adam. Really happy you're here. Thank you so much for spending your time, all of you. There's still 500 of you here. I'm going to have to cut out. It's been 3 hours of Martin Leaker, and it's been a lot of hours of me, like I said, over the last week. So hope you enjoyed everything today. It's been loads, haven't there? Really interesting place on Tinian Island. What is that massive architecture doing on a small Pacific island any fucking way? Unless there was a wider civilization there in the past, I think. Who even knows? Some say Lemuria, some say other ideas, civilizations in the mid-Pacific. Okay, we looked at Persepolis and Persia, and we looked at other things and frozen thoughts. Titless art. There you are. Girl from Mars. Thank you. There you are. The best of the internet. Well, the rest is just like lump of poo on the end of a stick. Somebody goes to point at you. Nah, it's not all bad. I watch some funny stuff. A guy that takes a piss out of it, TikTokers. It's brilliant. Oh my God. I can't even believe the world we're living in. Oh my God. Idiocracy. Fucking understated it. Tone, what's that? Thank you, Tone, bro. Thank you for being here always. Okay. That's me. Boom Shanker. May the seed of your loins be forever fruitful in the belly of your woman. Okay. Milwana, good to see you. Okay, I'm going home. I am home. I'm visiting this Buddhist temple. Feeling groovy in it. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the last 3 hours. Make sure to subscribe to Matt Nika and all the other good things that YouTube does. very grateful for your being here. See you in a day or two. Keep an eye on my community page. Got interviews coming up and other stuff coming up. Keep an eye on my community page. I'll fill you all in with all the groovy things that are coming up. That's Martin Leaker for 1 week. Flat Earth British, wiggly flat thumbs. Flaterday. Epic, innit?